omwana oyo omwana oyo wulira naye nina kyestekakasa. I think she's still in UCU. Bangamba yadda Makerere naye Makerere simulabayo. Kala ya Rukiya nabbanja omubiri tosika nsimbe ayogera banga ayimba alabika ono Enjo Kabera nze mpedde mutandike mumule omwana oyo namusanga mu MC 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 wulira omwana w'enkozi gwe mugambe owa UCU gwe mugambe owe Makerere gwe mugambe I really love him owe Cavendish gwe mugambe wadde yamenya z'omutima abe Makerere nze mbatya tebajja kunkuba nze mpi wigo omwana oyo there is a way you guys have made me a celebrity without money. Anyway, I'll reveal her when I come back. Tracy, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Hans Era. Amazing performance. Thank you so much for the love. Aliku MCI, right? Yes, that's the drill. It is the National Newsroom Qantas Grand Finale, the first of its kind. And this is how we are climaxing 4 months of a great experience. We've been across this country. 12 universities started out at the Inter-University Media Challenge. And well, 6 it is today. It's a grand finale. And in our midst, we have the top 6, right? Yes, and that's a beautiful, beautiful afternoon, and we are transitioning from Luganda news anchoring to English news anchoring right about now with the first team, which is UMCAT, School of Journalism, taking us away for the English Bulletin.
UMCAT TV, evolving with you.
In 3, 2, 1, action.
But anyway, we'll leave that to the public.
Yeah. It is 30 minutes past the top of the hour. Thank you so much for watching UMCAT TV. My name is Hope Kalamira
with Shanita Namonge, and these are the top stories.
And now the headlines. Gender equality matters. The boy child has for so long since been left behind, and now it is time to take action. And West Dispo
Supremacy and different perceptions in society and regards to man's supremacy. In efforts to break this, in efforts to break the stereotypes around this, our reporter had an in-depth, informative chat with a boy child rights advocate, and here are the details.
Since the creation of human race, men have been known as a stronger gender as compared to women. Even in the most recited, that is the Quran and the Bible, all prioritized men and considered women as children bearers and housekeepers. This kept women away from decision, leaving the boy on his own.
But one major thing we must not forget is to let the boy child be the lead. A boy child must be groomed to lead.
Statistics from the American Psychological Center have it that 40% of the 14 million a man was raped. The chances of it being believed would be less as compared to if it was a woman. However, in a way to find out the authenticity in this, we tried reaching out to the officer in charge of Family and Child Protection Division at the old Kampala police station, but our efforts were rather fruitless. Nalubama Christine, Katongole Arnold, Umkat News.
Thank you so much, Nalubama Christine. And now, according to reports from UK8, Kampala City generates around 2,300 tons of solid waste per day, which is quite an alarming number due to its capacity to manage the wastes. Even after the Kampala Capital City Authority subcontracted waste handling and collection to various private investors, residents of Kabalagala still cry foul play in the waste management process, as many claim that it has failed. Our reporter was there to give us more on this story.
Residents of Embassy Zone Kabalagala live in fear of catching diseases that result from poor garbage and waste disposal. According to these, the waste is brought along by the big sewer that disposes of almost near their water source.
Actually, we are being affected by the poor waste disposal here. The waste is carried by the runoff from the main road. At times it is disposed by the people who sell their vegetables on the roadside. They normally come and dump there. KC has tried this level best to clean. They at times come and burn, but you know the effect of Vera, you cannot burn and they also get burned off.
These are, however, affected by open and filled up septic tanks from the nearby buildings. They call upon KCCA to intervene and ensure proper drainage. A few kilometers from here in Maya Zone, we find very congested rental houses, and according to the chairperson Motawe, these do not have a single toilet or latrine.
Yizo inzalandi odium pamita keti. Nina situkalengera mu KCC office machindi. Chitufu bajje. Ne bamutwala ngandapa. Kachati buyadde bye yakola yerinze sabimanya ne kyali kimutwaza tekyakolwa.
In a fence just next to these rentals is another garbage disposal area characterized with loaded polythene bags. Motawe tells us that these contain human waste, which is from the residents of the aforementioned rentals. He, however, adds that residents failed to pay the monthly charge of 3,000 Ugandan shillings that was asked from them by Home Clean, a waste management tender holder there. Laura Namsoke, Margaret Nalwoza, Umkat News.
Thank you so much, Gloria Namsok. And now the Media Challenge Initiative over the years has held a mantle in training media scholars and opening up various opportunities for those in line of this field. As we speak right now, this year's National Newsroom Contest is underway at the Media Hub that is located in Kansanga. And our reporter is already there to give us live reports. Katongole Arnold, are you there?
Yes, Shan, I'm hearing you. Thank
you.
Would you
please paint
Shanita
a picture of what is really happening at the Media
Well, you
Hub?
can see, I'm standing outside here. This is Amplifying Media Innovations. I'm at Tiopati Mazima Mall, the Media Challenge Initiative Hub. This is the home of the mighty MCI, and this is the door that leads me in to the MCI, the main auditorium where different expos take place. With my cameraman, I would like him to show the very environment here, because we've been here 4 days covering the expo, and I can feel that the atmosphere here is very combative, influenced, pressured, nervous. At the same time, they are doing what they can, not to compete, but rather to perform, to make a remarkable esteem that will be showed at the home of the Media Challenge Initiative Hub. Dear viewer, who is home? Right about now, on stage is the team of UMCAT, presenting what they have learned, what they can exhibit, what they can do. And the very many people in the auditorium here is one student I've closely followed for the last 4 days of the expo. For our dear viewers who don't know who and what is MCI, Media Challenge Initiative Hub is a foundation, is an organization that was started a decade ago. It's still here and running after the vision of the great journalist, Mr. Bali Francis, who passed on RIP to him. But they have gone on to nurture journalists, mentor journalists, bring credibility, teach them and make them ready for the field. There is a student I've been observing in the last few days, and his name, he has become a friend to me. His name is Genny Den. Genny, how are you?
I'm feeling fine. I'm okay. How are you?
You've been in this expo of the Media Challenge. You have been in the training for the last 4 months, ever since the university auditions to the radio competition, and now you've made it to the National Newsroom Contest. You told me with your university, Uganda Matters University. How do you feel being here?
Being here is quite good. I'm actually learning a lot of things. You see, what happens in our schools is that you sit in class and you listen to this almighty, all-powerful lecturer, and just like in church, after that you say amen and leave. But what Media Challenge Initiative has done for me, this time Media Challenge Initiative has challenged me to dig deep within myself and see what I have to offer. This time I have to generate my own ideas. This time I have to trust my own creativity. And this time I have to trust myself to create good content.
Thank you, Genny. My last question to you, what's your advice to those students out there watching Umka TV now who have not attended the Media Challenge Initiative?
What I would tell them, you see, journalism is a lifestyle. It is not a 9 to 5. When you are a journalism student, you're supposed to embed the characteristics of a journalist into your lifestyle. So most students always think it's about graduating, getting a job, and then start to act like a journalist. But it's totally the other way around.
Genny, I wish you success in what you're doing.
Thank you.
So that you come in the field and you compete with people like I. For now, I'm here. It's a panel of judges adjudicating this competition. And they are UMCAT students up here presenting what they have learned. I'll ask Emma to continue moving with me. This is the panel of judges doing their work. Dear parent outside there, this is the biggest inter-university bonanza for students to come and show who they are, what they can do. Right? This is the final stage. After 4 months, we head into the award ceremony. The award ceremony that will happen soon. And the culmination of this, or the epitome, is what we call the, sorry about that, is what you call the fellowship, where different students, 26 of them, get opportunities to do better and feel good. With the world wondering the question of disruptive innovations in media, exorbitant charges and taxes put on media owners, we are wondering, how has MCI managed to maneuver all these challenges and do great and still make it after a decade? I'm talking 10 years plus. 75 of businesses in Uganda, organization, don't last for more than a year. And with me here, I'm privileged. It's the CEO of the Media Challenge Initiative, Mr. Basim Pindi. I'll pose to him a question. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How have you managed? How have you maneuvered all these challenges? And how are you impacting these young journalists as MCI?
We pray a lot to God to help us to survive, and we work with an amazing team and partners.
Yes, everybody prays to God, but it doesn't happen like it happens in the MCI. What are those technicalities you would tell our viewers and the rest of the people running entities like you do?
You can't discount what I have said. It's God. It's God. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Abbas. He continues to say it's God, and indeed it's God. To know where we're going, we must know where we've come from. God first in everything, like he said. Hope and Shanta in studio. If you're hearing me, it's this place that had nurtured me, and part I also went to UMCAT that is presenting on the stage. And I'm very happy that these competitions still happen to mentor and nurture young journalists. For now, I remain Arnold Katongole and return to you at the command center. Thank you.
UMCAT News, live.
Well, that was Katongole Arnold. Thank you so much, Katongole Arnold. And now, the Ugandan government's recognition of the albinism as a disability in 2020 was seen as a boost to rights of the community and the country. However, with all this being done, there is still a long way to go in order to have a stigmaless society. With the many myths and misconceptions around the issue, it prompted our reporters to take the trek and journey to the albinism umbrella offices that are located inside Ntinda, Bukoto, and this is what they managed to bring us.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics census report of 2016, it indicated that 12.4% of the Ugandan population lives with some sort of disabilities, which implied that approximately 4.5 million Ugandans are persons living with disabilities, which posed a huge development concern. A category of people that falls under these numbers are the people living with albinism. As of March, records available from the Albinism Umbrella Uganda indicated that over 5,000 people are living with albinism in the country. It is without doubt that they are faced with tons of discrimination and misconception in regards to their nature in societies. It's on that note that we took it an extra notch up to actually go to the Albinism Umbrella offices that are located about 1 kilometer off Ntinda Bukoto Road here in Kampala, in order to find out a few more things about this society that had since caught our attention. On arrival at the offices, the Regional Country Director, Albinism Umbrella, Jennifer Nanyondo, took us through the programs that they have been able to enact so far as an organization.
So, as Albinism Umbrella, we try to create awareness as much as possible, right from schools, from families, communities, at hospitals, because to live in harmony, people need to know what albinism is, what their different needs are. Then leaving alone that, our spatial mapping report shows that 80% of persons with albinism die of skin cancer.
She also commended the government for the great work and efforts that have been done so far as to improve the livelihoods of these people, and didn't leave out aside what more can be done to add on the already existing efforts.
We thank the government of Uganda because recently albinism was added in the Disability Act. Albinism was also included on the list. So being on the list, meaning that the government, while planning, the government is also aware of the needs of persons with disability, of albinism, sorry.
We happened to also speak to Paul, a vibrant young gentleman living with albinism, in which he retold the challenges that people of his nature face and how this organization has helped better his life on that regard.
Yeah, I've found some bit of stigma, mostly where I used to my university. When I was attending my university, I used to get some little stigma from students. But luckily, I'd grown up and I'd learned how to deal with such and how to handle all that.
In Uganda, studies have shown a strong relation between myths, traditions, and negative attitudes towards persons living with disabilities, which has left a huge gap even when it comes to delivery of services to the people, because we often find that someone gets despised because of the judgment on their nature rather than on their capabilities. Mark Kayondo, TV.
Well, thank you so much, Mark Kayondo. Now, as we come to the beginning of the end of our broadcast, a wise man once said that if it's not us, then who? And if it's not now, then when?
Thank you so much for watching UMCAT News. I am Namunge Shanita with
Hope Kalamira,
and as well with Namusoke Gloria with the sign language. Well, do not forget to follow us on our social media platforms. Our email is www.umcatuganda.co.ug, and as all our social media platforms, we are UMCAT Uganda. Stay tuned. Have a blessed day.
UMCAT TV. Evolving.
All right, a huge round of applause for UMCAT School of Journalism and Mass Communication. They have just put up an outstanding performance and we applaud them. I will kindly ask the whole team from UMCAT School of Journalism to join me on stage. Umkat, if you are in charge of production, kindly move to the front of the stage as we give them a huge round of applause. Everyone that made sure this was possible so the judges can give feedback. Sign language, please make your way to the front of the stage. Amazing, amazing. That was the whole team. I think they're here. Special recognition for Mr. Obina, all the way from KIU. He's here joining us right over there. All right, I think we have the whole team. Judge Linda, I'll dive straight into your insights.
Thank you. Thank you, UMCAT team. You guys kept me entertained. Yes, you did. Thank you so much for your production. I liked your news, by the way. The story I enjoyed most was the story about the boy child, because that's an issue that we are also grappling with. But there are always howevers, yeah? Yeah? Okay, so there's an issue. I'm not going to go into production. First of all, there is no word that is, I don't know who was on the spelling, but there's no word like neglection. The word is neglect. Yeah, so at NTV we are also judged a lot when we make mistakes in our lower thirds. But that happened in the headline, and then it also happened in the lower thirds, okay? Then there's a story, I think it was by a lady. You never ever say we tried to get in touch with so-and-so. We got in touch with so-and-so, and they did not take our calls. So in television, we never say we tried. The fact is, you did. If her phone was off, or if he refused to speak to you, or whatever it is you made the effort to get in touch with them. Okay? And then it's very good that, I don't know if this is MCI or it's UMCAT, but that you are providing for the hearing impaired. Very, very good. I applaud you for that this year. I know MCI, every year I come here, I'm amazed. I'm not lying to you. It's not, you never go behind, you're always going in front, okay? Good, you apologized. Another issue that I had with the reporters, I didn't see any pieces to camera. Today we are tired, even in our newsroom we are being told that people are tired of he said, she said, he said, she said. So sometimes it's very good for you to own the story. I wanted to know who Nalubwama was. I wanted to know who Gloria was, Arnold was, Mark was. So it's very important for you to have a piece to camera. It actually shows that you're in charge. We want to know who is doing the story. Okay? Then for the live report, yeah, you did a good job. But that gentleman, Abbas, is a very hard person to interview. It's very good that you are insistent. You must be insistent. But I still insist that when before you interview somebody, it is very good practice for you to actually know who you're interviewing. The person might be that kind of person who is very wordy, like me. I'll talk and talk and talk. But the person may be as hard as Abbas and say, yes, no, yeah, it's God who has provided. And the interview then starts getting, you understand. But then again also, the anchor, the news anchor, you told us he's standing by. And then you asked him, are you there? No, he's there. Then are you there? So this interaction between the news anchor, who's on air, and the interaction with the person in the field is very, very, very important. I would have expected a production person like I am, I'm a news producer, to be somewhere and is coordinating the two so that there are no questions. I also noticed that you didn't listen to him a lot. It is very important for the anchor to listen and to show that they are listening, because there is what we call sometimes a split screen. It didn't happen here, but I've seen these guys do it. So we have a split screen with you on this side, and then what's his name is Arnold on the other side. So you must show that you're actually listening to Arnold. Like, be busy, even if you're just pretending. Okay, there's no pretending, but be sure that you're listening. Then I also want to just give some advice. The anchors, I need to see you guys, not one person sitting this side, then the other person sitting this side, and everybody's just, it's her business, this is my business. We like seeing an interaction between the two of you. Sometimes that interaction goes as far as, when you're in the real world, the way you dress. I have seen it. If you used to watch NTV, we would have a male anchor and a female anchor, and they would plan the day before. I saw you guys planning earlier, but they would plan the day before, what are we going to wear, so that we color coordinate. It's very good for you to have that, interaction. It shows that you're with people. So, I'm sorry, but that's what I have. I really hope that I have managed to give you guys some advice. Thank you very much. Like I told you, your bulletin was super entertaining.
Thank you so much, Judge Linda. Judge Rose, any feedback? Good.
MCI has not disappointed. UMCAT has not disappointed. Thank you so much. You put in a lot. You put in a lot of energy. And you engaged a lot. You have very strong voices. I liked the anchors. I think Linda could employ you one of these days. I know. Otherwise, thank you so much. Yeah.
A huge round of applause for Team UMCAT School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Judge, you want to say something?
Maybe one thing, we do this to the interpreter, sign language, only that.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much to our judges and the team from UMCAT School of Journalism. Thank you so much. Let's give them a huge round of applause as they leave the stage. Well done, UMCAT School of Journalism. It has been the 12th season of the Inter-University Media Challenge competitions, ushering us into the first edition of the National Newsroom Contest. We are finally here, and it is the grand finale. One team down, it has done the Luganda news anchoring, and it has done the English news anchoring. Right, and now it is time for Kampala International University. KIU making its way to the stage for their presentation. KIU, you have less than 3 minutes to get ready. The producers, great. Live reporter. Like I said, this very line of seats, MBI should be occupying the ones next to KIU in that order. After KIU, it will be MBI, we'll go to Cavendish, and then the next. DJ Sal, thank you. Sal DJ, thank you for the correction.
Sal DJ.
Baby, follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, you with your coca body. Follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, you with your coca body. Cause this your milky.
Make sure you're following us on our social media handles. MCI Radio, I Am Challenge, Media Challenge UG, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can also check us out on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. All that content you cannot miss. I mean, you featured. Also, how many of you have downloaded MCI Radio app? Just by show of hands. MCI Radio app. You know, you can't tell lies, so I'm gonna go randomly. MCI radio app on your phone. Do you have MCI radio app? Please kindly download. All right, we have a winner. What's your name?
Esther Cowboy from UCU.
Cowboy, all the way from UCU with a download. You see me after this, yeah? All right, who else has MCI radio on their app? I haven't seen it. Let me see. All right, MCI radio is in the building. All right, so those are two. Yes, MCI radio. I want this whole line when I return to have MCI radio on their phone, please. Thank you so much. Well, we are ready for team. All right, KIU is ready. Sal DJ, it's okay. Thank you so much. In 3, silence please. In 3, 2, 1, action.
Awaited grand finale of the National Newsroom Contest is finally here. 6 universities are battling it out today. Right at KIUT, we promise to bring to all the stories as a way to see who takes the crown back home today.
Welcome to KIU TV News Today. It's the 25th November 2022, 5 minutes past 9 p.m. I'm Lynette Masidio with
Jimmy Akanshameza. Fast, the top stories.
Tension as National Newsroom finals kick off. Journalists urged to go an extra mile.
The news in detail.
The 2022 National Newsroom Contest is underway at the Media Challenge Hub in Kabalagala. 6 universities are competing for this year's contest, which is the 12th edition and the first since the COVID-19. Ashraf Sekaja is standby at MCI to give us the story in detail. Ashraf, can you please picture for us the image right now at MCI Hub?
Well, I'm live at the MCI Media Hub in Kabalagala at Tulipati Mazima Mall, the home of the MCI Media Challenge Initiative. And of course, the MCI Media Challenge Initiative is a non-government organization dedicated to the task of training and building an army of excellent young journalists. And today, what we are witnessing is the 12th edition of the Newsroom Contest running under the theme, facilitating effective service delivery through journalism. And of course, what is unique about this year's edition is that it has had 2 rounds. The first round of the competition actually took place on the 8th of October, that is 2022, where 6 universities competed in, of course, a knockout radio competition, where 6 universities qualified for the grand finale that is unfolding today. And at the moment, as you can see, Team KIU is on stage delivering their package, delivering their English news bulletin. And I have to stress that in the run-up to today's contest, there's been a 3-day expo where various experts, of course, shared brilliant ideas about different topics. And one of the students who attended the expo is here. Let me talk to him and find out what he has to say about whatever transpired in the expo. Hello, how are you doing?
Well, I'm fine. Wait.
What stood out for you in the expo?
What stood out for me in this expo was in one of the breakout sessions that we had about media and demographics, where we learned that different age groups have different characteristics.
Well, a lot more is still unfolding here in this beautiful or elegant editorium at the Media Hub. Ashraf Sekaja, KIU TV News.
Thank you very much, Ashraf Sekaja.
I must say, the competition seems a little bit tight.
Definitely it is.
In other news, the journalists have been tasked to do more than reporting in matters concerning service delivery. Where majority of the population agree that journalists have played their role in ensuring public service delivery, while others think that more should be done. Our reporter Kunyo Deborah has more on this story.
Much as the media has done a commendable job in reporting about public service delivery, the vast majority of society believes a lot more needs to be done. Out of all the Expo organized by Media Challenge Initiative at Tripati Mazma Mall in Kabalagala, students of journalism interface with professionals on matters regarding facilitating effective public service delivery, and they shared their insights.
Media has tried to report about it in urban areas, but if you're to go to the rural areas, media has not done enough.
Is the whole mass, and the public is the interest of the people. The media is there to fight for the interest of the people.
According to Abbas Mpindi, founder and CEO of Media Challenge Initiative, a non-government organization that aims at equipping young journalists with solutions journalism skills, journalists need to go beyond just telling stories.
Prove on the depth of what everyone is talking about in terms of local journalism. How do we ensure that journalism is embedded into coverage of public services?
Abbas further advises journalists to ensure inclusiveness in terms of access to their stories.
Creating different types of audiences in your storytelling and making sure that each and every person in your community has access to this information.
According to Daniel Ayevari, a journalist at Solutions Now Africa, accessing up-to-date data remains one of the biggest challenges of them all.
When you search the internet right now and you're asking for maybe child mortality rates in Uganda or a certain district, there's a chance that you'll get data from very many years ago, like you get data for 2019. And most times we go ahead and fall for that and use it in a story.
Public services are important and critical in the life of each citizen, and the media should play an important role in ensuring it all happens in the right way at the right time. Deborah Akunyo, KIU TV News Today.
Thank you very much, Deborah Akunyo, for that story. To move on, government has been commended for empowering women more in politics and leadership, but there have been challenges to address the problem of gender disparities in the country. Experts have advised
Uganda continues to face gender inequality in economic empowerment and economic
at a structural level to combat
gaps can be at both the behavioral and structural level. As Dr. Sarah Sally,
our reporter
the Dean
Sarah
of Human and Gender Studies at Makerere University, explains.
So what are things which can be done? Gender gaps arise at two levels. One, they arise at the behavioral level, and one, they arise at the...
Uganda continues to face gender inequality in economic empowerment and economic outcomes. Gender gaps can be at both the behavioral and structural level. As Dr. Sarah Sally, the Dean of Human and Gender Studies at Makerere University, explains.
So what are things which can be done? Gender gaps arise at two levels. One, they arise at the behavioral level, and one, they arise at the structural level. So at the behavioral level, we can say we can encourage more girls to join the economy or whatever you want to address the gender gap in.
According to a 2018 World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gaps Index, Uganda ranks 45th out of 144 countries worldwide. Dr. Sally commends the current government's initiative of elevating women into higher positions of leadership. She urges that the focus should now be turned to addressing the gaps from the structural perspective.
But beyond what is practical, you also need to look at what is structural. Why do these gender gaps exist?
The gender disparities have led to several challenges for both men and women, though women have been to a greater disadvantage. Nabasa Irene, a graduate of public administration, has resorted to making bids after facing harassment while looking for a job.
Different offices I went to, some were trying to exploit me, others were trying to harass me sexually. So I got discouraged and came up with my own decision of starting my own small business.
Equal representation of men and women in the public sector represents the key indicator of progress towards building a more diverse and inclusive workforce. Sarah Najuchi, KIU TV News Today.
Lynette, I think the government needs to represent for that. The government.
Definitely. Now this brings us to your voice. You can talk to us in all the social media platforms, and today our question is, what do you think can be done to reduce the gender gap in Uganda? I repeat, what do you think can be done to reduce the gender gap in Uganda? You can retweet us on all our social media handles, and on Twitter it is #KIUTV News Today. In the other stories, residents of Nabutiti Tewandeke zone are grateful towards the leaders for allowing the outdoor community radio operation. They say the radio keeps them informed on government operations and communal engagements. Our reporter Ijiras Pajobo has more in this story.
Effective communication has a stunning 85% in making a ladder for active participation of members in the community development. Innovation to enhance this cause is viable. In Tebandeke Sal, Nabutiti village, Machindi division, the local council chairperson Mr. Tebandeke Dirisa decides to enhance communication with over 3,000 people he leads by putting up a community radio tower made of megaphones erected on a long pole. In the early hours of the daybreak, the area is empty, and as he speaks, the community wakes up for the daily errands. The councillor explains the reasons as to why he started the community radio tower and what it has achieved.
It was very hard to inform people. I think that I want some people to get the information, even if it's at night, because some events happens at night. It was dangerous for me just to move. I am announcing so many events, like the death, when something has happened, when there is immunization.
To the community, the innovation is helpful as it creates awareness.
The community radio is important to us because it keeps us updated. Anytime they announce lost and found items, death announcements, we are always made aware.
Mrs. Betty Mujungu, the in-charge for fountain development and creative manager for Voice of Toro, believes this innovation can be great for community mobilization.
I think these are it's a way of the community to communicate and get mobilized. I think this is a good innovation for communities.
Now, communication is a very important aspect of community development. For you to have total development, you need to enhance on your communications. For KIU TV News, I am Idris Pajobo reporting.
Thank you, Mr. Pajobo. Like I said, later on the news, I will read for you the comments that you brought to us, what you tweeted on the Twitter handles. May I please ask my producer to please display the comments so that I can read them out. The question was, what do you think can be done to reduce gender gap in Uganda? We have Isaac Tayeba saying, government should appoint more women, I think the government should appoint more women to bigger offices or positions. The next one, please. I have Devon Hope. He says, what do you, producer? The next one, please. I think there are some technical difficulties, but as I can say, Jimmy, time does fly.
Especially when you're doing what you love most.
And that is it for today's bulletin in KIU TV News Today.
You can follow us on our different social media handles. That's how we do it here, right here. My name is Jimmy once again, and
Lynette Masidio. And remember, Ebola is real and COVID is still out there.
Of course, and I choose
to keep safe.
All right. A huge round of applause for Team Kampala International University. They have done what they could and they are proud of themselves. I will kindly ask everyone that was part of this bulletin to make their way to the stage for feedback. A huge round of applause for Kampala International University. Yes, it's been an amazing journey for them. And it all culminates into now. 2 teams down, 4 to go. I'll ask the judges to give feedback.
Congratulations, team. Just to appreciate you, your work has been good. I liked it from the first level of preparation, which is smartness. Once you qualify and you know you're sure, you're confident of your smartness, you're ready to go. That was a score. I want to commend the person who did a live report. His posture was focused purposefully, actually to intention, okay? And even when he engaged a person to interview, still, he displayed the other element, which is a structured conversation, which was very good. I would like maybe to just talk about a few areas of improvement. You know, errors are human. Production can really mess you when you're anchoring. They bring a bed when your story is in the middle. But that's a small glitch that shouldn't take you away from your normal context of presentation, okay? Because remember, even when they have messed, they will still communicate to you because your ear is back onto them, okay? So remain yourself. Then the other one is very simple. When we are going to have social media interaction with the audience, it is preferably easier to come with maybe the second story to make them prepare earlier such that we can get their comments on time, okay? But if we say in the last story, you will talk to us on social media, you may end up getting their feedback after the bulletin is done, and the next time you announce them, they will think your character is, even when they have shared their feedback, you have not bothered to look at them. Yet, it was a matter of time which you're chasing. And here's Pajobo. You're the one. Okay. Nice job. I commend you, team. I know most of you are now ready material to be oriented into newsrooms. So keep trying it, keep trying, start pushing it forward. Thank you very much.
The live report, the live report, the live report. For me, that one did it for me. Team KRU, thank you so much. You've done amazing. All right, 2 teams down, 4 to go. Well, about now, Makera Business Institute, are you ready? Are you ready? No? You don't sound ready. All right, well, right about now, I hope you already are following us on our socials. I see so many journalists right here. There's no reason why we shouldn't be trending. Are we trending? We're trending. Hashtag MCI Mobile Newsroom, hashtag Media Expo UG 2022. Please kindly tweet, retweet. Let's make sure we're trending. I mean, we are the influencers, right? Yeah, so I mean, who else is doing the work? We're here. Let's make sure we're trending. Influence while you're here, influence for your university as well, influence for your brand. That's how you make the headlines, right? All right, it is definitely the 12th season of the Inter-University Media Challenge. That's how we found ourselves at this far. It has been a journey, 4 months, and of course, this is the first edition of the National Newsroom Contest. 12 teams started out, but here we are at the grand finale with just 6 teams. Now the question is, who will make it to the top 3? That is the question we hope to answer by the end of this afternoon. But right about now, give it up for Makerere Business Institute. Sal DJ.
Cuckoo. 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 Cuckoo, I like to keep your bar. Don't come touching me. Don't come feeling me. This is not why we're here. This is not why we're here. I like to keep your bar. Don't come touching me. Don't come touching me. This is not why we're here. This is not why we're here. We're here to have some fun. Some cool fun. This is not why we're here. Don't come touching me. I like to keep your money. I like to keep your money.
Eternal Africa.
Team MBI is Mike.
She get the money. She get the money. If you get the money, you will spend the money. Make you spend the money. She get the money. She get the money. If you get the money, no need hide the money. Make you spend the money, Joe.
Team MBI, you have 2 minutes. Cavendish, you should be getting ready. Team Cavendish, kindly get ready as well.
50 bottles on display. 50 bottles on the way. Spending money, criminal. Falling them the seminar. Bend it like a Gemini. Like a Gemini. Bend the keep that thing from me. Why you gonna do like that?
Sal DJ.
Why you gonna act like you don't know? Don't, baby, don't. I feel it in my soul.
Hey, let's go. Team MBI, we're ready if you are.
Like why you gonna keep that thing from me? Why you gonna do like that? Why you gonna act like you don't know? No, baby, don't do like that. Girl, come feed me, don't feed me. Why you gonna do like that? No, baby, don't do like that. Oh, I want you to know. Say I like the way you do. And you sabi do the dance. When you sweet like this, you go. Baby, you know. Say you carry no be small. Baby, don't leave me, no shake, I get this control. Girl, I like the way you like you ready. Like you ready. I like you ready. Yeah.
Alala Jimmy Ashake.
Kalakuta no be place for school boy.
Be sure to tag us in all those beautiful photos, right? MCI Radio, I Am Challenge on Twitter. We want to follow back.
Wise men know they like talk show. Secure.
Cavendish University, are you ready?
Bend down, bend down. Bend down,
secure, secure. Took see I'm person wey no person, you know they keep person.
Waiting for production to give us a go, then we'll go.
I know they sick, you won't give me medicine.
Have you ever seen a DJ who knows how to dance?
You won't help me spend my money. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. I love you. Oh, yeah. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. Just believe that I'm a winner. I just believe. I'll never do it like you do it. Just believe I'ma do it. Do it. Yeah. Let me do it like I do it. How I do it. Allow me to enjoy myself. 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 Allow me to
You won't break my soul. 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 I'm telling everybody, everybody.
Let's go.
Everybody, everybody. I just fell in love. I just quit my job. I'm gonna find no drive. Damn, they work me so damn hard. Work by 9, then off past 5. And they work my nerves, that's why I cannot sleep at night. Motivation, I'm looking for a new foundation, yeah. And I'm on that new vibration. I'm building my own foundation, yeah. Oh, baby, baby, you won't break my soul. You won't break my soul.
MCI Radio, what? Let's go. Big boy shot. What? Big boy shot is in the building. Wait. I'm seeing Big Boy shot with the TikToks. I want to join. What? Hey. Let's go. Hey. Hey.
I know they say that they drop my life.
It is live happening right here at MCI Media House.
The money no cause I don't fashion. Now everybody want to tear my shirt.
Have fun. Don't forget to have fun.
Before them use me, I go use myself.
Right here is another one.
Anita, go down, say. I'm a do, I'm a cook, me love my pet. Angel, I'm a G, you love my jet. Assalam, alaikum. I get many disciples. Otaka, Oshidanu. Oluwa shower me your blessings, time. In every situation, make I know you. If you shall come on,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sol DJ. You've been amazing. We're so sorry for the technical glitches, but we are definitely right back. And of course, ready for the bulletin from Makerere Business Institute. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for the lady from Makerere Business Institute. In 3, 2, 1, action.
Six teams from 6 different universities are participating in the Media Challenge initiative, and it's their first kind at their home in Tirupati Mazima Mall in Kawalagala. It's exactly 2 minutes into the top of the hour. A very good afternoon. Rosa Moan is my name, bringing to you the news on desk. Let's have the headlines. using solutions journalism to report public service delivery. The presidential initiative on job and wealth creation in Myoga is still ongoing.
Why is it still difficult to implement social journalism?
Yeah, I'm Steven Chiraga. I'm a journalist with Vision Group. Yeah, and I'm the treasurer of National Division in Myoga Sacco. Yeah, I'm Steven Chiraga. I'm a journalist with Vision Group. Yeah, and I'm the treasurer of National Division in Myoga Sacco, where we are now.
According to the SDG number 1 of no poverty, the government of Uganda has come up with different programs of ending poverty, like Bonabaga Gawale, Chogam in 2007, Youth Livelihood Program in 2014, and the Emyoga launch in August 2019 by the Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaija, with a presidential initiative on wealth and job creation under the Microfinance Support Center, targeting to transform 68% of homesteads from subsistence to market-oriented production, with the overall objective of promoting job creation and improving household incomes. In a brief conversation with the treasurer Nawelu Emyoga Sacco, Stephen Kiroga says, the Emyoga program targets Ugandans who are mobilized under savings and credit cooperative.
On two different capacities of people in different calibers. We have the journalists, we have the performing arts, we have the vendors, all of that kind. And it depends on the class of a person, where you belong. That's where you're supposed to register and see how best you can attain the services. Well, after, let's say, the SACCO has been put in place and members have followed everything required, and they begin saving according to the principles of the Emyoga nationwide. A member does not get exceeding 3 times his or her saving. So for instance, if you've saved, let's say, 100,000, you are capable of getting money that doesn't exceed 300,000 within that specific, and then you agree with the loans officer and you grow how best you will repay back. Will it be in weekly, monthly, or that kind?
Kiraga also advises journalists not only to spread the information, but also engage in this Emyoga program to enrich their journalism profession.
My last words to everybody, all people of that kind, before you negatively comment about something, make research. Before you think it's a scam, yeah? First think. For instance, now you journalists, instead of you being there and join the bandwagon of people who don't know what it is, unless you have access to make a further step, go, we have access to almost every office, cross-check and see, so that you can make a conclusive statement you alone, other than you making a statement because somebody said so. So these programs, just that a few people have been politicizing them, that so and so, and then they demoralize people into joining them. But if something comes in with the aim of developing you, see how best you can take part in it.
On a phone call with the Councillor 3 Makere Parish, Nsubuga Mohammadi narrates, the program would be beneficial if there is no corruption amongst the government officials.
I think it would have been beneficial to our people, but the only problem is we are not sure that that money will come to the people. What I know is the corrupt people in the government or the corrupt officials will do what? We will take that money. Yeah, so I'm not so sure that that money will come straight to the people, but it would have been beneficial to our people. Okay.
On the other hand, the chairperson Emyoga Makere 3 Parish, Moses Mutebi, says this money is a revolving fund where the government will be donating 100 million shillings every financial year for over 5 years with an interest of 6% in returns.
Sente tewali sente za gabira bwerere bintu si ya church of Uganda Muslim Council abantu mubawe bali bubi ziyamba bayichobola ziwe babayina kye bakozeeko anaso kuzza sente za kudda ziddeyo eri abalala eringa revolving fund gavumenti ereeta obukadde 10 ku muluka ne buweebwa abafunye bwe bakomyawo ate ne bawa abala buli financial yaba bimuka bagufuna obukadde 10 okumala emyaka 5 naye nga ozitwala.
The initiative was designed to step up direct support to communities through establishment of specialized funds at constituency level, covering 149 districts countrywide, but with the operations at parish level.
Well, according to the Treasurer National Division Emioga Sako, Stephen Kiraga says that another program is a government intervention aimed at elevating poverty and improving other people's financial welfare in the country. Gladys Namirembe, MBI TV.
Yes, thank you so much, Gladys, with the story. In the other news, using solutions journalism to report public service delivery. Shakira with the story.
In newsrooms.
In a world where most journalists choose to follow the bad news and what is going on wrong in the society, a non-profit organization, the Media Challenge Initiative, has chosen to put solution journalism at the center of their training while mentoring young journalists.
May not call your name. If you speak, you speak. This is your time to learn to speak.
So what is it that you want? Is it sport? Is it music? Is it what?
While appearing on the panel on Wednesday, Dan Ayevale, that works with Solution Now Africa, a brainchild of the organization, argues that the approach can also help hold power accountable despite what many think.
Our approach to storytelling could, one, maybe help people know what is working in their communities for many reasons, among them replication. We think if we tell a solution in Kabalagala and then you are in Muyenga and you watch that story, you can be able to apply the same solution in your community.
Helen Kabakucha also worked with the outlet, been training with Media Challenge Initiative for a number of years, with a couple of solution stories under her belt.
Our newsroom focuses on giving hope. Hard news stories, your daily 9 p.m., 7 p.m. stories focus on if it bleeds, it leads. You would never find a story like the Mayuge story he did on the front page. It doesn't make sense. If it's not castigating the government, then why is it on the front page?
I spoke to Abasi Mpindi, the CEO Media Challenge Initiative, to best understand why he has made solution journalism the center of his organization.
We chose to include solutions journalism as a foundation for our organization and training because we believe that there's been a lot of negative coverage of the country on the continent, and there's a lot of energy and urgency and young people trying to create a better Uganda, and we don't get those stories covered. So we use solution storytelling to cover those critical responses by our community members, by government, by NGOs that are doing amazing work to change communities, and to show the world that there is a better Uganda, there is a better Africa besides what you see every day in the mainstream media that just continues to show that we are in top poverty, that we are suffering, and there is no change in our communities. And that's how we give back to the community, and that's how we give back to with our partners. That's how we give back to the world to show that there's a different side. But also for the mainstream media to show them that it's possible, it's also profitable, and that people will follow these kind of stories.
Central to the conversation on the panel discussing solution journalism at the Media Challenge Expo 2022 was the argument that it is most times misunderstood as public relations.
Thank you so much. That was Shakira with the story. Let's head into a short commercial break and we'll be back.
Makera Business Institute kyekyokoddebwamu kyo mu byenjigiriza. Tutandika amasomo ag'enjawulo okuli eby'amawulire, Secretarial Studies, tutandika ebya kompyuta ne tekinologiya, bakitunzi, ebyokukuma n'okutereka ensimbi n'amalala mangi. Okwewandiisa kukyagenda mu maaso ku mutendera gwa certificate ne diploma. Tusangibwa ku luguudo lwa Apollo Kaggwa nga tunnatuuka ku nkolongo y'e Bwayise. Okumanya ebisingawo tukubire ku namba z'essimu noti 1-3-4-5 oba noti 779-68-98 noti. Makere Business Institute, we harness the nonsense.
Welcome back from the short commercial break. And in our live report today, we get to see 6 teams from 6 different universities and institutions taking part in the newsroom contest. Our reporter is already at the event. Let's head there and we have to see what Shakira has for us. Shakira, are you there?
Yes, indeed. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, Shakira. Can you please tell people, okay, can you give us a clear picture of what is taking place at Makere, at MCI right about now?
Definitely. Right about now, I'm at Makere. Right about now, I'm at Tirupati Mazima Mall in Kabalagala, Kampala, the home of the Media Challenge Initiative, where the National Newsroom Contest, the first of its kind, is happening. And this year's theme is facilitating effective public service delivery through journalism. And right here in the main auditorium where I'm standing right now, the temperatures are rising each minute as each team takes turns to come to showcase their talents in the journalism field. Well, there are 6 teams from different universities. If I could mention a few for you, our dear viewer, we have Makere Business Institute, Makere University, Cavendish University, and 3 others that managed to make it to the grand finale. Well, I'm going to be taking you around the room, interacting with 1 or 2 of the participants as my camera personnel will be showing you. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for agreeing to speak to MBI TV. Well, can you please tell us your name, your university, and your experience being that you're part of this year's National Newsroom Contest?
Thank you. My name is Moses. I am from Cavendish University. It has been a drastic experience with having this kind of initiative with MCI. As a journalism student, I believe there's just too much to take from here other than from the lecture room. I really love MCI. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Like you've heard from this very one, and many others are practicing really hard to be among the selected ones to join the Media Challenge Fellowship Program, where 26 best participants are selected to be intensively trained. Well, this is a hands-on program that is coupled with mentorship for 6 months. Well, I hope that every journalist would love to be a part of this very competition. Well, we shall be giving you more of this very event in our next broadcast. I'm Kevin Gloria Namwanje. Back to you, Rose, in the studio.
Thank you so much. Well, that was our live reporter taking us through what is taking place at MCI Tirupati Mazima Mall in Kabalagala. In case you missed our news, please remember to follow us on all social media platforms at MBI, Twitter at MBI, Instagram, we are there MBI. Moving on, increased plastic collection in Kampala. Collecting and recycling plastic has been long known as a profitable business, but it has now become commercial business where both young and old have decided to collect plastic to earn a living. Let's have Charity Florence with the news.
In Uganda, plastic industry consumes up to 600 metric tons of plastic waste collected by people and children a day, and only about 6% of the waste is collected. And Uganda has one of the largest population of young people in the world, with over 56% of its 37 million people under the age of 18 years old and more than 52% under the age of 15 years old. According to civil society, Children whose families cannot provide for them or abandoned will spend their days huddling for their own lives. While on the streets during the day, common activities for them include searching for food in the garbage, scavenging, selling or preparing goods, carrying and collecting plastic bottles in order to earn a living among others, and at most times they work with whom they are not related to. And earlier on today, we visited areas in Kampala, that is Makerere, Kavule, Kigundu Zone and Kasubi, where we found people who live within the areas and those that collect plastics, and this is what they narrate. My name is Okelo Jeremiah. I live down in Kigundu. Me as a person, I collect the bottles and give the money to my mother. I study from Makerere Yellow University Primary School. They sent us home for school fees. My father works in the army. I last saw him in October. Sometimes I feel hungry and then I decide to go and work. And sometimes my mother tells me to go and work in order to get money for medication, and I take it to her. I am a resident of Kawempe. I have done this job for 2 years. It has helped me be able to dress up and look after my family. I decided to collect plastic because Amadra wanted to kill me from Bugerere, and it forced me to leave my piece of land, hence working in Kampala, because I believed I would get money from plastic collecting. The money helps me look after my grandchildren because they are the ones left. I lost my children in the times of war. In collecting the plastics, I have faced a problem of reduction in the prices of the plastic because a kilogram used to be at 600 shillings, but it dropped to 450 shillings, but I had to bear with it. I collect about 20 to 30 kilograms, but today I collected 10 kilograms. All the plastics you see there are taken to the Chinese companies and they are recycled. My plastics are always white and clean as you see there. The problem I face is that at times you buy the plastic at a different price and then sell it again at a much lower price. We collect plastic and metal. Me as a person, I have no problem with it because they collect them and they do not pollute the environment.
From the perspectives of the different people that recycle and collect plastic bottles, they say their major goal is basically to get money and earn a living, and the type of the bottle varies but by its prices and the current market situation. So, a warning to everyone outside there: if you get a chance of getting a bottle, please pick it and recycle it. That will help us protect our environment. Charity Florence, MBI TV.
Yes, that was from Charity Florence. Thank you so much for the story. There is a saying that one man's meat is another man's poison. From the previous story we have seen, what you see is not what the other person can see. You can see trash, the other person is seeing gold. Thank you so much. I remain Rosamond until tomorrow, same station, MBI Television. A very good evening.
MBI TV, we are excellent.
A huge round of applause for MBI. She has done amazing. Let's give her a huge round of applause. I want to call upon everyone from MBI that was part of this bulletin, production, editing, all the work. Kindly move to the stage so we can have feedback from our judges. All right. Move to the front so the judges can see you. Give it up for the ladies on this team. All right. The producer produced an all-female team. Yes, that's very powerful. Judge Rose, I'll start with you.
Good evening. Ngamutide, smile. Smile. We are here to learn, we are here to go a step further. Thank you for the presentations that you made. One thing that came to my mind when you were producing this, I thought you struggled a bit. There was some bit of struggle, and it's understandable. Otherwise, thank you for all the input that you made through to present this kind of work. Not bad. The stories were well selected. They were good stories. One thing is, I think they lacked some bit of guidance, which happens because we are still learning. They are better than some stories that I see on some TV stations. So, you are competing, it is good enough. I also noted certain things that I think we need to get rid of in our production. Before I forget, that store of plastics. I like that bit of music. It was kind of a documentary, not a news story. I think for a news story we need to be a little bit stronger, not like amaze mirimuje, that kind of thing, no? But I know we shall improve. Rose? It seems like when you are coming on air, you tried to cram, what am I going to say? This I'm going to say. You know, when you cram and you miss one word, all the sentences disappear. Eh? That is why you struggled at the beginning. So next time when you're coming on air, don't cram, just be you. And don't talk much if you're not sure. Just get to the script, welcome, I'm Rose, and this is our bulletin. If you're not sure, don't. No. You kind of lose the script. And sometimes when you mess up in one area, you end up being so cautious. I made that mistake, I made that mistake. It keeps on ringing. So to avoid all that, don't say much. Just stick to the script. It works for some of us. For instance, you call for this story and it doesn't come, they bring something else, like it happened with the headlines. It happens even in our newsrooms. You call for this story, but they bring the other one. It is okay. We are human. It happens. Apologize. Call the next story. Yeah? It happens. Then I kept on changing the names of the persons who are reading on my script. And I call Shakira, and then Kevin comes, I call, I kind of got confused. So next time, what solves this is, next time when you're signing out, sign out love your name. Then Nalongo Rose Buchirwa, everyone will know Nalongo Rose Buchirwa Yasomi. If you are very soft, some of us will not bother to know your name. So, speak out. Otherwise, thank you for the presentation. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the input into the bulletin.
Before you leave, there is something that I've noticed. The people who are doing the live interview, I think, please plan with your subject. Please plan with your source. Plan with the person who you're going to interview. You cannot interview somebody when you're standing at one level and the other person is on another level. It's a very hard interview. You need to be talking to that person. You need to be having a conversation. It can't be one-sided and then you lean. Short of that, get down on your knees or squat. Okay? So for the next presentation, please, if you're going to interview anybody sitting down, and even the people who are being interviewed, when you're being interviewed, just be polite, just be kind enough to stand so that the person who's interviewing you looks you in the eye. An interview, when you're doing an interview with somebody, you're supposed to look them in the eye. Okay? Yeah.
All right, thank you so much to our judges. A huge round of applause for the team.
Something very small.
All right. Yes,
something
Judge
very
Rose.
small. Yeah, we used, somewhere we're using pictures of the conference. I think the Expo, when the conference pictures are very boring, let me tell you. We use them fine, we do the stories, but they are very, very, very boring. Putting Nalong was looking the other end, and then Rogers doing something else, and somehow people don't concentrate when you're using the conference pictures. So as much as you do the conference story, try to add field pictures to boost that story. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our judges. A huge round of applause for MBI. Without wasting any more of your time, Team Cavendish is ready. They are very, very ready. And I hate to delay them any further. I'll just wait from the judges to get a clear go-ahead. Camera. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Cavendish University's news anchor. In 3, 2, 1, action.
Today is the 25th of November, 2022. Thank you for watching Cavendish 24. My name is Praise Brenda Pimer, and these are the headlines. Experts call for boy-child inclusion. Uganda creates safe haven for refugees.
So let's start by number one, humanizing them, not stereotyping them.
In our special report, single-use plastics worsen environmental health challenges. In a bid to bridge the gender gap, advocates are calling for boy-child inclusion if Uganda is to create a balanced society. Our reporter, Costas Dirabayo, has more on this story.
Gender equality is something that the government is still struggling to achieve. Over time, the government has put up initiatives to find long-lasting solutions to gender inequality. According to Dr. Sarah Sali, an expert in gender studies, more emphasis has been put on girl-child empowerment, leaving aside the boy-child.
We do apologize for that technical
John Mary
issue.
Sekati says that we cannot achieve gender equality without involving men.
We do apologize for that technical issue. Moving on, tensions rise tentatively as 6 universities battle it out for the National Newsroom Contest. Here at the Media Challenge Expo 2022, our reporter is live on ground. Over to you, Brian.
Thank you, Praise. Yes, I'm right here at the Media Challenge Expo 2022 at MCI Media Hub in Kabalagala, located at Tirupati Mazima Mall. Yes, the expo started on the 22nd of November till date with a gathering of students from various universities. And at the moment, we are at the climax of the expo. And right about now, I'm going to be moving to some few students and asking them some few questions on their expectations of this expo. Hello, I see a young lady over here. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, could I please get to know your expectations in this expo? You tell me your name and your expectations.
I'm Linda, and my expectation, I'm from Cavendish, and my expectation is to win, because success begins at Cavendish.
All right, success begins from Cavendish. All right, over here to a very young man over here. May I please get to know the key takeaway from this expo?
Well, thank you very much. I go by the names of Kevin Kasoma. And actually, one of the key takeaways from the event today, I've actually gotten to learn a few more things that I could probably include in my production moving forward, and also interacting with other students from other universities, which is key in the journalism sector.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very glad for your answer. Yes, there you have it. Brian Otoke, Cavendish 24. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian, for that report. As confirmation comes in that the technical team is ready with our bulletin, although Uganda is the biggest host refugee country in East Africa, there is still a problem for poor media reporting of refugees in the country. Our reporter has more to this story.
Uganda has become a second home for migrants from DR Congo, South Sudan, Eritrea, and many other nationals fleeing from unrest in their home countries. However, there is still a concern in media reporting of refugee affairs. Speaking at the Media Challenge Expo 2022, Dr. William Taewa, Head of Department Journalism and Communications at Makerere University, suggests that refugees have to be humanized in media reporting just like other people.
Treat them as human beings, because that's what they are. They never chose to become migrants, especially the refugees. The labor migrants, even then, the push factors of labor migrants, some of them do not choose to leave the country.
Halima Athumani, a journalist, suggests that refugees should access the same services as other Ugandans.
Provision of basic human rights, that everyday Ugandans would need is the same thing that refugees who are coming in are going to need.
Josephine Bakita, a refugee student from South Sudan, uploads Uganda for being a peaceful country.
So regarding Ugandans being hospitality, that one is extremely good, because when we look around, there are so many good people, there are good roads, even hospital where you can access and they can help you immediately.
Rashid Bakavlindi, Cavendish 24.
Thank you, Rashid, for that report. In the bid to bridge gender gap, advocates are calling for boy-child inclusion in order to enhance and achieve gender equality in Uganda. Our reporter has more to that story.
Gender equality is something that the government is still struggling to achieve. Over time, the government has put up initiatives to find long-lasting solutions to gender inequality. According to Dr. Sarah Sali, an expert in gender studies, more emphasis has been put on girl-child empowerment, leaving aside the boy child. However, John Mary Sekati says that we cannot achieve gender equality without involving men.
Gender equality is one of the keys. Therefore, boy inclusion will be important when it comes to achieving this and having a positive public service delivery. Cavendish 24 and process.
Thank you, Constance, for that report. Following an increase in production of single-use plastics, environment and humans are a threat of discussion. According to the National Environment Management Authority, NEMA, 600 tons of plastics are generated on a daily. Our reporter, Moses Serinjoji, compiled the report.
The use of plastics since 1950, when it was first produced, has exploded due to rapid industrialization in the 21st century. By then, only 2 million tons of plastics were produced per year. However, the United Nations Environment Programme statistics reveal that between 2018 to date, over 460 million tons of plastics are produced each year. Yet only 10% of these plastics are recycled. The rest end up being openly burnt, being dumped in the ground, waterways and lakes, affecting the environment and the aquatic ecosystem.
They affect the flow of water within the soil structure and the soil system, and thereby affecting the biodiversity and other forms of life that we have in the soil.
In Uganda, poor disposal of these single-use plastics is the biggest enemy to the environment. Over 600 tons of plastics are being produced every single day. The City Council Authority, KCCA, indicates that 180 tons of plastics are produced every day. Plastics, if openly burnt at low temperatures, can produce toxic fumes in the atmosphere, causing air pollution, resulting into respiratory problems.
When we breathe in these fumes from poorly incinerated or burnt plastics, they can affect our health, leading to respiratory challenges for both humans, animals, and birds in the air.
It is uncommon known to see at least one of these people in Kampala per day, the empty plastic bottle collectors, picking them from the roadside trenches, markets, and rubbish piles. However, they face several challenges, including harassment from the city council authorities. Article 4, Section D, Subsection 3 of the National Environment Act of 2019 states that it is a collective responsibility for both producers and consumers of plastics to ensure proper disposal.
We do apologize for those technicalities. Our reporter, Moses Serinjoji, is the one that compiled the report. Well, that's what we had for you tonight on Cavendish 24. Thank you for watching in. Keep on staying tuned for more programming coming up. My name is Praise Brenda Pimer. Good night.
A huge round of applause for Team Cavendish. Cavendish University, you've done amazing. I'll ask the whole team to join her on stage right about now for the judges' feedback. Team Cavendish, let's give them a huge round of applause. This is the team of Namusanga MCI. Give them a huge round of applause. Come to the front so the judges are able to see all of you. And all right.
Okay. I don't know what let you down. But I would like to applaud you. Praise Brenda. One, you're very smart. Two, you look the part. Three, I'm so sorry for what happened. I don't know. But you apologized for it. I've never seen a bulletin like that in real life, but it can happen. So you should always be prepared. Who is your producer? Hey, what happened? Now you play a part. Eh? What happened to the, what are they called, SOTs, the sound on tape? Yeah. Did you know that before you handed it in? Or you didn't know before you handed it in? Okay. Sorry about that. I like that plastic story. The plastic story, very good story. And you see, Rose was saying that the music sometimes is not good, but this one, it fitted. Your voice actually fitted them. Yeah? But there was another story that I saw. I'm not going to say who it was, but he was singing through. The aim is for us to communicate. When you're voicing a story, remember this microphone. Do you see how I'm speaking into it? Right now, I'm the one in command of this whole room. Okay? So you're the one in command of that story. Know that this microphone is your power. When you speak into it to communicate. Don't sing through the story, okay? I think it was the story of Rashid. Rashid is the one who did the refugee story. Yeah, Rashid. Don't sing. And then Brian, live. You always need to plan what you're going to say. The person you were speaking to, okay, she refused to stand up, but you went down to her level, which was a very good thing. But then also sometimes the content of live, when you're live, make sure you're straight and on point. We are not supposed to guess what we are going to say. Content of that live report. A live report could be 1 minute, but it could be the best live report. Like, just be straight and to the point. Otherwise, the rest of you, thank you very, very much. It was a good report. Producer, I'm also a producer. You can come to me later on. I'll give you a few tips. Yeah. Thank you very much, team.
Thank you so much to Judge Linda and, of course, the team from Cavendish University. They have done amazing, and I really, really wish them the very best. Right about now, ladies and gentlemen, we are we're ready for the next bulletin. And who wants to guess which team is coming next?
Makerere University!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Team Makerere University as it heads into the newsroom right now. Team Makerere, let's give them a round of applause. They're getting ready. In the meantime, in case you're just joining us, this is the first edition of the National Newsroom Contest. It has been the case, and of course, that was just after the IMC. That was the 12th season. We are very excited. How are you feeling, Ishmael? Your team is coming next.
I'm feeling great and expectant. Yeah, and I hope we do the best. Yeah.
All right. I am also joined by the alumni community of Makerere University right here. And of course, they're here cheering them on. Hi, Ronette. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yes.
All right. Tell me, did you help prepare the team? She's not going to tell us the trade secrets, but we hopefully imagine it's definitely better. We wish Team Makerere the very best. Let's wait and see what they have to offer. Way away, right?
Way away! Way away! Makerere! 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 Ra! Cha!
That has been Team Makere, and of course, they came with a big support team. We hopefully can imagine this will then transition us into the next team. This is the second last university that will be performing. After Makere University, we will have Uganda Matters University going last, but certainly not the least. And after that, we'll be ready to hear from the judges who will be taking it home and who will be the first and the second runner-up. Stay with me.
Hello, good afternoon.
Sal DJ, let's go.
Don't sleep, don't sleep. Wake up. Collect your money, collect your money. Wake up. Collect your money, collect your money. Wake up.
Hey.
Go get the moolah. Wake up. Don't walk it, don't try. You supposed to be jai. Kill up for me, come person, matter, person we don't mind, boy. When I land softly on the sofa floor.
Getting all the hacks from Yada. All right, that is Team Makere heading into the newsroom. Let's go.
Wake up.
They just Ladies and gentlemen, let's have some silence. In 3, 2, 1, on air.
It's exactly 1 p.m. A very good afternoon and welcome to Mac Daily News here on Mac Television. My name is Kevin Mugabi. I want to thank you for joining us for this special episode of the Mac Daily News. I'm with my
Edith Wanyenya. Well, today we're going to bring you a live report from the Media Challenge Initiative at Kabalagala. But before that, let's have the headlines.
Women empowerment taking shape in the country. Today we are bringing to you the innovations and the level of progress.
Hello again, you're still watching Mac Daily News here on Mac Television. Now on to our first story today. Gone are the days when most opportunities were only favoring and only given to men. Women now more than ever are championing innovation and fronting for a future where they can boldly and ably say what a man can do, a woman can as well do it, or even better. One of our own, Uwela Bridget, has a comprehensive and detailed report on this. Let's listen in.
Initially, the art and creative industry in Uganda was mostly dominated by men due to its nature, which created a gender gap. However, over time, women have interested themselves in joining the industry. Kabera Angel, a Ugandan youth practicing poetry, is one of those few women who have piqued interest in the industry. She says that her journey in poetry started way back when she was still in high school.
It started off in high school, but with time I developed a love for it, and I used to sing as well. So the love for it and the love for the stage is what motivated me to do poetry.
Kabera uses her talent to empower minority groups, women inclusive.
I use them to encourage them. I believe that as much as they fall under the section of minorities, they are not inferior. Just because you're a woman does not mean you're unable to do certain things, just because you come from an indigenous tribe or because you're a person with disabilities.
Through her poems like Njabara, Kabera encourages women to pursue other activities away from housework.
The difference behind that song is to let people know, let women know that you are naturally a nurturer, right? And you should not be limited to the housework. You can nurture and apply the principles, let's say the principles of cooking, the principles of sweeping, of digging, to government, to your business, to geopolitics, to anything that you put your mind.
For years, gender empowerment has concentrated mostly on girl child, leaving out the boy child. Professor Sarah Sally, a lecturer at School of Gender Studies, Makerere University, points out that there is need for both genders to cooperate so as to strike a balance.
We still have a lot of work that needs to be done for the girl child, and we should not lose the ball on that. Okay, even as we empower the boy child, because girls and boys live together. For example, we need to empower the boy child to say no to violence against girls.
The easiest way to strike a balance in gender is to urge both the boy child and girl child to empower each other. Bridget Uwera, Mark TV.
Well, thank you very much, Uwera Bridget, for that report. Moving on, the government of the Republic of Uganda has put up alternative measures for vendors who have been, the government of the Republic of Uganda has put up alternative shelter for vendors who have been sent off the streets. This has been done partly to reduce under congestion in a bid to create a smart city. However, many of the public markets remain unoccupied. In today's special report, Ishmael Abenitwe unveils the details of this story.
According to a 2019 research study, over 8,000 street vendors exist in the urban areas of Kampala city, mainly between 16 to 25 years of age. The majority with a daily average earning of 20,000 Uganda shillings. Over the years, Kampala capital city leadership has vowed to see illegal vendors off the streets.
We are going to arrest members of the public who buy goods from illegal vendors on the streets.
Years down the road, it's the same old tale. Diga Tukashaba, a street vendor who doubles as a student, sails her through some of his experiences.
These campus issues, like you normally have the parties. One time I went there, one of them was like, I saw that boy on the street. Instead of being interested to know why, they just ran away. So you always find segregation.
Sometimes he has to multitask to strike a balance between his work and academics. The government of Uganda has put in place a number of markets to accommodate vendors sent off the streets. These include Wandegar Market with about 1,200 workspaces, Usafi Market with about 2,000 workspaces, and others. The vendors who have decided to take up stalls in government markets also have stories to tell. My name is Nsenge Joy. I came over to Usafi Market when we were evicted off the street. My other property was confiscated by the authorities. The store was free of charge. In Usafi, we don't pay. Regardless of the incentives by government, a good number of stalls in the market remain unoccupied. The question is why? Hunger is a problem in here. There are hardly any customers. This place being less profitable, some people give up. In a telephone conversation, Dr. Derek Moise-Bangwini, an urban planning specialist, advised government to focus on the public as a whole.
Yes. Yeah.
As of 2022, illegal vending is prohibited on the streets of Kampala, Uganda's capital. All vendors are required to operate in designated working spaces. There is need for more sensitization to create awareness about the existence of these markets. Ishmael Aveni, TV.
Thank you very much, Ishmael, for that comprehensive report in regards to these street vendors. Well, this conversation will not end here. We are going to have a discussion on our social media platforms. And please go ahead and answer this question. Why you think street vendors have refused to vacate the streets and occupy these public markets that they have constructed for them. Follow us on our social media handles. That is at Mark Television Uganda on Twitter, Facebook at Mark Television Uganda, and Instagram still at Mark Television Uganda. Well, moving on, we're going to have a live report, and the Media Challenge Initiative has launched its 12th Media Expo to provide a platform for journalism students in various universities and institutions to showcase their talents. We have been obliged to have our live reporter at Kabalagala, that is at Tirupati that is Tirupati Mazima Mall. Yes, Denise, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Oh, that's beautiful. How are you today?
I'm very fine. How are you?
We are fine. Could you please help us paint a picture of what exactly is happening at the expo and what happens to these students after they have attended this expo?
Thank you so much, Kevin and Edith. I'm reporting live at the MCI Media Hub in Kabalagala, Tirupati Mazima Mall, where the Media Challenge Expo has been taking place for the past 3 days. And this time it's under the theme facilitating effective service delivery through journalism. And the students have been able to participate for the past 3 days. They've been able to interact with different panelists. And right here today is the final day of the expo, where the students are going to compete each other, and it's all being sealed off by the National Newsroom Contest, where 6 universities are competing in different activities like live reporting, news anchoring, among other activities. However, all these students want to scope these awards, and as you can look around, some are eager, some are nervous, and others are quite jolly. And right now on stage we have Makerere University, which is currently on the hot seat. Will they take the award? We don't know. Will their students scope the awards from the different categories? It's what we are yet to find out today. And with me here, I have one of the award winners from 2021, right? Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Hannah. What was your experience like? Because I'm sure you were also at a time seated right there. What was it like for you?
When I look back a year ago, I was very, very anxious and nervous, but were able to beat the entire universities that were participating and come out as #1. And then we later on won awards, and I won the Best English News Anchor for 2021.
That's really nice. And what opportunities have come with this experience? Like throughout since 2021, what has it been like? If you could look in the camera, please.
Okay, so it's been very amazing because I've been able to be chosen for the fellowship program that is done by the Media Challenge Initiative, and I've been able to acquire very many skills, and being able to acquire those skills has put me at the top of my game at my workplace, at my schoolwork. So it's given me a really huge boost into the media industry, and I'm sure if you ask around, everybody knows Hannah Arinaitwe.
Thank you so much, Hannah. You have all heard from the horse's mouth. And not only Hannah has benefited from this experience, we have had multiple young, brilliant journalists who have also gone through the same experience. The likes of Julius Buchana, a former reporter on NBS, Olivia Komugisha, currently working on NTV, among other journalists. And you may be thinking that this is the first time. No. The Expo has been taking place for several years. As a matter of fact, this is the 12th edition. And it's not going to end here. We are going to have the award-winning ceremony in December. After that, 26 students will be chosen for the fellowship program later on. I'll be giving you more updates. My name is Denise Linda, reporting live from Mark TV.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Thank you so
Denise.
much, Denise and Linda, for
So
that.
Kevin, do you think our jobs are still secure with talents being portrayed at the hub?
Personally, I think my job is safe, but yours, we have a lot of questions.
Okay, I still have doubts in regards to that
Thank
matter.
you so much, Denise and Linda, for that beautiful report. Thank you for telling us on what is happening. But to make it clearer, there are very many people that have made it through the MCI competitions. To mention but a few, she talked of Julius Buchana. Very, very many people are going to be groomed as well. So thank you very much, people of MCI. Now moving on to our next story. Mental health must be a priority between me and you and all the people who are battling this in the country. Many people suffer from different mental illnesses, including depression and anxiety. Some of these, however, cannot go and seek medical attention simply because they fear to be associated to Butabika Hospital. One of our own, Aikoru Sandra Ati, has a report on this. Let's take a look.
An estimate of 14 million Ugandans struggle with mental illness, according to the Uganda Counseling Association. Many fear to seek help from Butabika Hospital, the known national mental hospital, due to stigma. A student of Makerere University, that we shall refer to as Fiona, shared her experience.
I suffered stigmatization. People didn't want to talk to me, so stigmatization was a big thing. I wasn't normal, really. I felt it deep within me. I wasn't normal, but it was something I was comfortable in. I would cut myself sometimes. I had blood poison in my room. I had an excuse to just have something that could make me at least get out of this pain that I was feeling, something that could put me in an unconscious state. Yeah, so it bothered me, yes, but I didn't know how to stop it.
Little is known about SB Bosa Mental Health Clinic, a mental health unit in Mulago that treats mental health issues in Uganda. Luckily for Fiona, she was recommended by her parents' friend to seek help from there.
Personally, I would say I chose it because of the friend recommending it, and the fact that they worked there shows that they have seen some good things coming out of it.
Being a unit under the Mulago National Referral Hospital, it works closely with Butabika, the National Referral Mental Hospital, to help treat mental issues such as bipolar, behavior disorders, depression, among others, for those that fear to be associated with the latter.
My name is John Emoitekol. I work here as a principal psychiatric clinic officer. So here we do run both in and outpatient services. Monday to Friday, the outpatient here is open.
For many Ugandans that are battling different mental health disorders, the FB Mental Health Unit is an alternative to these Ugandans, as they can be able to access affordable services to better their mental health. Aikoru Sandra reporting live from Mark TV.
Thank you very much, Aikoru Sandra, for that analysis. Now, very many people are battling the issue of mental illness, and it is still a sensitive and a very equivocal thing in this country, Uganda. Let's move on to our magic screen to see a few of your comments that kept in coming on our Twitter at Mark Television. We are going to read a few tweets in here to see your reactions on this issue. We posed the question of why street vendors are not occupying markets in the country. Simon Kareche on Twitter says, I think the vendors are overcharged regarding rent space, so they decide to keep on the streets to make more money. Yes, to make more money. Next, we are having Benny. She says, I think these markets are not well publicized. Yeah, thank you very much for your comments. You can as well keep this conversation robust on our different social media platforms on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We are at Mark Television. You can stream us, comment, share as well.
Well, on Facebook.
So up next, we are having the Mark Bench, a program. We are having the Mark Bench, a program that we hope will have an impact on the future of this country. So today, we are having...
Women empowerment taking shape in the country. Today we are bringing to you the innovations and the level of progress.
Thank you so much. We have had a small technical glitch. You know, these are white machines. So I was still telling you about, up next on the Mark Television, we are having a conversation on the backbench where we are going to feature Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, the Vice Chancellor of Makerere University, to tell us about the fate of the lecturer who slapped a student in class. Shocking, but interesting. Edith Wanyenya, what do we have on Instagram and Facebook?
Well, on Instagram and Facebook, we have Patricia Nakarima from Makerere University, who says that it's very hard for their customers to trace them in the new markets. So that's why they are undecided about occupying the new markets. So thank you very much for streaming in live for this news bulletin. We remain. My name is Edith Wanyenya and
Kevin Mugabe.
Thank you for tuning in. Please remain live for more programming.
Thank you so much, Edith and Kevin. Edith and Kevin, you have done amazing. That is the team from Makerere University. Give it up for Makerere University, ladies and gentlemen. They have done amazing, and I would kindly ask that the team that worked on their production, editing, and everything between kindly move to the stage. Makerere University editorial team, move to the stage. That is the powerful team from Makerere University, from live reporters to their reporters, to their news anchors, production, and everyone else that worked on this amazing team. Makerere University, that was a powerful bulletin. I'll ask the judges to kindly give you feedback.
Well, congratulations, Makerere University. I like the quality of confidence displayed at every level. I've liked the stories that we're running. Actually, the production of the stories that we're running compared to other media houses, as in media houses, most of them are very quality material than what we see outside. Denise, what happened? Okay, you have the art, which is very impressive. I like it when you come in with the confidence, the way you hold your microphone, the way you engage with the people you're interviewing. It is good. However, mastering the art is beyond cramming. Because when you came in with a crammed element, in a live report, you wanted to tell us actually a story that you owned, which was different from what was happening. That's why God turned it the other way around, to drop the cram work and you picked on. So, who is Aikuru Sandra? Okay. Someone help me clap for Sandra. Beyond the production, we have the other element in us as journalists to protect the victims. Okay? I liked the style. It was impressive. And finally, to the anchors. When we are on the desk, we are the masters of everything, and eyes are on us. Anything that goes beyond us working together as a team either prompts people to ask questions, okay? And the questions come in this context. Did these people really rehearse? Who has the beef over the other? Who wanted to be the master of the event? That's what the audience would ask. Now, the better way is coordinate from step one. Just as you walked in, the whole story should walk the same format. Otherwise, you guys are a good team, eh? You guys are a good team. There is Ishmael. I like it. I like the art of telling the story. It was very good, though the voice was a little lower. Okay? I want to wish you the best.
Thank you so much, Judge Katamu Nednand. Ladies and gentlemen, let's clap for Team Makere. They've done amazing. It has been an amazing performance from 5 teams so far. The 6th is on its way to the newsroom. In case you're just joining us, this is the first edition of the National Newsroom Contest, the grand finale happening right here at MCI Media Hub. It is right here that the battle is taking place. Who will be among the top 3 is the question, or who has an opportunity to be among the next fellows of the Media Challenge Fellowship Program? Will it be KIU? Will it be Makere University? We'll wait and see. For now, the judges are ready for the 6th team, and so are we. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Uganda Matters University in Kozi, give it up for the team from Kozi. Team Kozi, you have 3 minutes. The sign language is in the house. Flowers, 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 flowers. Yes, that is how we welcome them. Special appreciation goes out to our partners at DW Academy, Siegel Family Foundation, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, and Africa No Filter. They've done an amazing, amazing job, and that's why we are here today. For now, Nkozi, you have 2 minutes to make it to the stage. The gentleman from Makere University, kindly take the rappel back. We want to wire the next team. Kevin, make your way to the production team.
Shout out to the I'm focalistic with the champion sound. Vele vele right down. Right down. Vele vele right down.
All right, I wait for the team.
Vele vele right down. Right down. Vele vele right down. Right down.
The team is getting ready and prepared. But who is up for some entertainment? Who wants some entertainment? I know I do. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Maf Mahani. All the way from Cavendish. Maf Mahani coming on stage to give us a powerful performance. Give it up for Maf Mahani. There we go. Look at that performance. Cavendish, I can hear you. What? Maf Mahani.
She do me something that I know. Girl, I like your wine. And you do me something that I know. She know I'm a Gucci designer. She do me something that I know. Girl, I like your wine. She do me something that I know. Many man done there for back, they wait for you. Now why you there, I don't can't bump, succulents. Baby girl, say you find past two people. And you waste me past me too. No, you do me school people. Yeah. You know, I see they go
Maf Mahani.
that's a chance in the end. Fight and I feel for the tempo. I be notice, say, mama need this. Cool it when your waist go round. When your waist go round, yeah. I go loco, give me a chummy, me I go solo. Is it like a tam. Jumani ma sham. I go loco, give me a chummy, me I go solo. Is it like a tam. Sham. My soul, my coat, to be the boat, tumbo, your soul, my soul.
Give it up from Maf Mahani.
What you got in
amazing performance.
What you got on a walk?
Yes, a huge round of applause. Maf Mahani. 1 minute of 10 seconds.
My lady, your body is unnecessary.
All right. Thank you so much, Sal DJ. You're amazing. Thank you so much to Maf Mahani. Very powerful performance. That is his version of news anchoring. Who loved the report? I love that particular report. Did you see that? Okay, let me ask what he said. Real quick. What do you think Maf Mahani said?
I think he was saying that Umka did a great job.
I tend to agree. Umka did a great job. That's what Maf Mahani said. If we all agree, let's do flowers. Yes. Thank you so much, Maf Mahani. I think the team from Kozi is very ready. So are we. But before we do that, allow me to send our deepest appreciation to our partners at DW Academy, Seeger Family Foundation, and of course, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, Africa No Filter. Big round of applause for our partners. They have done an amazing job, and because of that, we're able to build more amazing journalists right here at the MCI Media Hub. Let's give a huge round of applause to MCI Radio as well. All right. Well, I think we're ready. Our sign language team is here. Allow me leave the stage. In 3, 2, 1, action.
exactly 51 minutes past the hour of 5 p.m. on the 25th day of November 2022. This is Prime Time News Live Bulletin at MCI TV. I am Gene Daniel and
Benzalina Namazi alongside Blessed Ankunda, bringing you credible, in-depth, and detailed news at this hour. First, a look at the headlines.
Tonight, how can journalists contribute in the public service delivery? A question the experts are going to answer. A Catholic priest single-handedly solving disability challenge at Nkozi in Mpigi district. And in sports, find out how participating countries are making a killing from jersey sales in this year's World Cup tournament.
And now the news in details. Although public service delivery is a key mandate of government and concerned stakeholders, significant sectors like the media also have an important role to play. Journalism students at this year's National Newsroom Contest were able to discover firsthand from the experts on how they can contribute to this salient cause. Our reporter Rogers Biamukama has more on this story.
Healthcare to citizenship, and immigration to infrastructure, and transport to garbage and waste removal is how public service delivery is dissected by different people through the same national lens. Public, who are the beneficiaries, services, and government are the key stakeholders, making media an awareness vessel in bridging the gap while understanding one another's role in public service delivery, as discussed by Commissioner Joseph.
The media provides a bridge for those who are elected, who are entrusted with that mandate, to be able to stay engaged with those who put them there. And so whatever you do, whether you're making policies, whether you're making laws, we do involve journalists and the media at large for a number of reasons. One is to inform.
Ms. Betty Majungu gives insight on how the journalists can be part of the initiative to make public service delivery a reality.
The things that we can take on as journalists is facilitating dialogues, having people gather, community members gather and have discussions about issues of public service delivery.
Continuous debates circled around the National Development Plan, as it's one of the ways government ensures public service delivery basing on the 5-year time frame, where Vision 2040 is the landmark if achieved.
The journalist's role here is to act as a link amongst the three. Biamukama Rogers, MCIT.
Thank you, Rogers Biamukama, for that in-depth report. On our opinion register tonight, we are asking you, our dear viewer, how can public service delivery be improved in your community? Feel free to share with us your opinion on Twitter at Umu Spotlight.
A Catholic priest in Kayawe Town Council in Mpigi district is making an immense contribution to his community through running a school for students with hearing impairments. St. Anthony's School has quite a touching story. Let's have our reporter Bridget Kenyanje with the story.
St. Anthony School of the Deaf, a school located 80 kilometers away from the city capital Kampala, poses a great beam of hope to the community of Nkozi and country at large, steering children with hearing impairment, this bringing them a chance at living a normal and happy life. The children can learn how to read and write. That was the core intention of setting up the 20-acre school in 2008.
kyakulaba nti abaana bakiggala abaali mu kitundu kyaffe ekyo ekyebuwama balire bwe twatandikira bayiga okuwandiika n'okusoma.
This school has helped us get educated and also in our everyday activities.
Madam Nachanzi Sarah, a primary 3 teacher, narrates on her experience on guiding the pupils.
Soka baana ng'abaana ate era bategeera bulungi ng'abayizi abalala basomesa singa oba omuyonedde mbinibwe.
For MCI, I'm Bridget Kenyanje.
The highly anticipated annual National Newsroom Contest is happening now at the MCI Media Hub. Several journalism students are in attendance at this year's intensely heated contest in pursuit for national bragging rights. Let's join in with our live reporter, Chirabo Serena, who is on ground to give us more on this report.
Thank you very much, Daniel. We are live at the MCI Media Hub located at Tirupati Mazima Mall in Kabalagala along Gaba Road. This is the home of the Media Challenge Initiative and an open creative space for all students of journalism to be able to experience what it is like to participate in real-life television. The competition that is going on right now is the National Newsroom Contest. It is the first of its kind and part of the 12th Inter-University Media Challenge. The competition has been going on for the past 4 months, starting as early as September with a series of activities ranging from radio programming and presenting, TV anchoring, and the 1 minute of fame. This competition will be crowned off with an award ceremony in December, and it is expected to also take up 26 notable participants that will further go on to participate in the fellowship. With me is one of the fellows of the outgoing cohort of the Media Challenge Fellowship, Chiemba Regan. Personally, he stood out for me, and I want him to tell you a little bit about this fellowship, what he expected of it when he got in, and if his expectations have been achieved.
Thank you so much. My name is Regan Chimba, and I am a fact checker and also a Media Challenge Fellow, class of 2020. Well, what stood out for me this year in the competitions is seeing various stories from the communities where we come from. And when you look at the Media Challenge Expos, which have been happening in the previous years, we have been seeing stories within the community or within it was like a press conference. And in the end, the videos or the reports which are reported on the Expo end up boring because you're seeing the same video. But this year, it has been different. And about the fellowship, well, I am a fact checker. I went into the fellowship with different expectations, and I wanted to get super B skills. And look at me, I'm a Continental award-winning fact checker. So basically, my expectations were fulfilled. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Regan. This fellowship is expected to give very many opportunities to young journalists to be able to experience what it is like, as I say, in real-life television. Around here, you can see the faces of the very many students. If only, Emma, you could show them the faces of the students around here. Earlier this morning, the mood seemed to be very tense, but it has gradually loosened up as people are starting to get used to the environment and are actually having a good time. With me is another one of the people at the Media Hub today, a student who is here as a first-time experience. She's going to tell us. Tell us your name, please.
I'm Naranga Divine Masi, a student from Uganda Matters University in Kozi.
Thank you, Divine. Divine, what exactly has stood out for you in this?
For me, it was the science language learning session. I mean, on Tuesday, just yesterday, on Tuesday, I didn't know anything about sign language, but right now I know the whole alphabet. I can spell my name, and it's cool.
Thank you so much. Daniel, back to you in the studio.
Before I let you go, Serena, you have seen the skills of these students and you have seen their talent. Do you think your job is at threat by their skills?
Thank you so much for that question, Daniel. I wouldn't say my job is at threat. I am, however, very impressed with what the Media Challenge Initiative is doing in trying to train a new generation of journalists that are good with constructive journalism and many other things that are not traditionally input in journalism. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Chirabo Serena, on that report. We shall surely be keeping a close eye on that event. And in sports, the World Cup tournament that is currently on in Qatar has just kicked off in its day today. But national team jersey sales have hit a record high. The high demand of jerseys is reportedly fueled by the new teams and long-time absentees who have qualified in this year's tournament. Our reporter Rogers Biamukama has more on that story.
Media brought to light the entrepreneurship side in the ongoing World Cup celebrated soccer tournament, which is the World Cup. Thereby, countries making a killing out of the selling of the sensational jerseys that are worn by most fans heading for the games. Here are some of the sales made by the different countries. England, which sold jerseys worth 1,499 million euros. Brazil, 1,455 million euros. France, 1,130 million euros. Spain, 1,200 million euros. And Portugal at 1,154 million euros.
Okay, thank you, Rogers Biamukama, for that report.
Back to our opinion question. We asked you, our dear viewer, how public service delivery can be improved in your communities. And here are a few of your responses. Serena Chirabo says, public service delivery can be improved through consultation of the public itself and journalists asking the important question to hold the people in power accountable. Thank you, Serena. Bridget Kenyanji says, the government can improve service delivery in the community by constructing more hospitals to ensure that people get better health services, thus reducing on the death rates of people due to contagious diseases that may kill easily. Thank you, Bridget. That was all we have for you. Keep those opinions coming on Twitter at Umu Spotlight.
Right. Benjalina, I was so touched by the story of children with hearing impairments.
Yeah, I do agree. It's a very touching story, and I would urge the government to come up and support that priest that has decided to do this diligent work and look after these students.
Anyway, that's all we have for you in this bulletin. We appreciate you, our viewer, for always staying tuned in on MCI TV.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at IamChallengeUG and Umu Spotlight for round-the-clock news updates. I remain Benjalina Namazi and
Gene Daniel.
Alongside Blessed Ankunda. Goodbye.
For Team Nkosi, they have finished their bulletin. An amazing performance they've put up. I would love to invite everyone that worked on this bulletin to make their way to the stage so that the judges can pronounce judgment. Well, I am, of course, right here seated with a team from MBI here. How are you feeling? You anchored a beautiful bulletin in Uganda. How are you feeling?
I feel it is unexplainable, really, but I'm just waiting.
You're just waiting. Do you think MBI stands a chance to make it to the top 3?
Sure, of course, yeah.
Sure, of course, yeah. That is exactly the spirit right here at Makerere Business Institute. They are very confident they'll be among the top 3. Judges, we are ready for feedback. Nkosi is ready.
Congratulations. The thing I enjoyed most about this bulletin was the live interview. I don't know why.
Selena.
Very good work, Serena. I think there is something there. I don't know whether on air or what, but I think you need to take advantage of that. You were very controlled. You took charge. You speak well. You can be understood. Your questions were straight and to the point. And the way you know, there was that, do you fear for your job? I like that, yeah? But that's not a question you ask on air. But still, it was good. I mean, for this contest, it was good. Huh? Now, I noticed there was no identity in your bumper. It was prime news. So I think that goes back to production, where we need to know that this was Nkosi University. Then I would like us to also, I've noticed it's also in other bulletins, but I would like us to limit the dear viewer. Dear viewer used to be those days when us guys were still young. Yeah, so we shouldn't be like we are begging the viewer. Let's try our best. It's just like how we need to minimize. Thank you very much, Brenda, or thank you very much, Linda Chibombo, for that report. Those are seconds gone. Those are about 4 seconds gone. We need to limit that. Instead, what you can do, the advice that I would give, is for you to, say something about that report if you really have to. Say something about the report or make a comment with your fellow anchor, or if you're alone, just say something about it. Short of that, just move on to the next story. The sports, I think, who did sports? I imagine that sports is supposed to be kind of upbeat, just advice for in the future. Sports needs to be upbeat. Sports is not something that you just narrate, but make it like you own it. I think you can see sometimes what the commentators do, or let me give an example. This is not a station I work for, but look at NBS and see how they do their sports. So they are more upbeat. Then, Blessed Ankunda, thank you very much, and the whole team of UMU. But then now, this is where I bring my butts. The anchors, Benjalina, you look like, first and foremost, you never sit and lean like this when you're doing your bulletin. Never, ever. You need to sit up straight. If you're turning, you turn like that, okay? But then again, I also noticed that, I don't know how to say this and sound polite. There was a look of disinterest. Disinterest, as in, when is this bulletin going to be over, ma? Like, when am I leaving? Okay? Like I told you, and I've been stressing, and I thought that you had gotten the example. Look at him when he's speaking. Pick interest in what he's saying. Shake your head even if you look silly, but just pick that kind of interest. And when he's done, our eyes are going to be on TV. Okay? So when you're anchoring, when you're co-anchoring with somebody, co-anchoring means you guys are a pair. You guys are two. So there's a way you need to communicate to each other, even silently. Okay? Otherwise, the team, thank you very much. I don't know who your producer was. We are never appreciated as producers. By the way, we are the ones who make anchors look good. We, as producers, I'm claiming my space today, and I'm claiming your space for you as well. So thank you very much.
No. Wait, thank you. Thank you so much to our judges, and of course, the beautiful ladies and gents of Nkozi. Give it up for Uganda Matters University Nkozi as they make their way to the seats. They've been amazing. They put up a spirited performance. But well, if you would come with me, shall you come with me? I am standing right here with the top brass, I think. Should we call it top brass? Yes, this is the alumni community, part of the members of the alumni community of the Media Challenge Initiative programs, so many of them, from academy to fellowships, they are all here. And let me tell you, if you're just joining us, so in the last 4 months, we've been to different universities. These different universities have alumni that have been in these great places, the academy, the fellowship. We've had the likes of Dana Yebari come with us on tour at MBI. We have El Shaddai Joseph, who has been with us in different capacities. So many from different universities, and that is the power of community when we speak about Media Challenge Initiative programs. Now, joining me, ladies and gents, shall you stand? Maybe the camera shall see you. Yes? Wow. I need extra height, yeah? Can you see me? It's a joke. Well, I'm joined by these gentlemen shall introduce themselves and what they do. So you know the creme de la creme that I'm standing amidst of. Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Patrick Sentongo. I'm an arts and culture journalist. I was part of the 2021 fellowship, MCI fellowship program. Yeah, I run a news website in entertainment called Spinners. Recently joined Daily Monitor, reporting about arts, lifestyle, and entertainment. And yeah, I'm so passionate about journalism, and MCI is home.
MCI is home. He runs Spinners. He works for Daily Monitor, and he is a part of the fellows. I'm joined by yet another gentleman. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. What's your name and what do you do?
Julius Buchana is my name, formerly with NBS TV. Both are Masengage and live at 9.
Well, quite the fact fire right there. I'm also joined by a beautiful lady. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you, Tracy. How are you?
I'm doing great. Your name and what you do?
Okay, my name is Kovia Mahoro Odur. I work with the Capital Radio Network. I'm on Kiss FM. I'm a presenter. Thanks.
Well, I don't think there is anyone that walks through the media challenge and doesn't have a big profile, yeah? It's safe to say. So I wanted to talk about the spirit of community and what are some of those things that you remember started and stemmed from the fact that you were part of the Media Challenge Fellowship programs. I'll start with you, Patrick. What has the impact been like for you?
The impact has really been tremendous because for people that knew me in my life, you know, back in the day, I was so much into, I've been passionate about entertainment from back in the day. But then when I came into the Media Challenge, you know, process and, you know, went into the fellowship, I realized other aspects of journalism. People that I was with knew I was so much into entertainment. I was even on television doing so much of entertainment. But after my Media Challenge experience, I can now do other, you know, spheres of journalism. I can write about solutions. You know, I write solutions journalism stories. I can do social injustice. I can report about the environment. So for me, it was a task to try out other elements. I put myself on task that today I'm the journalist I am, even from the white dress. You know, today I tuck in probably, you know, an entire week because people out there perceive me in a different way, which wasn't the case back in the day. I wanted to change the narrative of what people out there think about people that report about entertainment and lifestyle. People think these are people that are not educated, they don't know the ethics. So for me, I'm so proud that Media Challenge added that, you know, that glitz on me, and today I'm perfect. I'm one of the entertainment journalists out there that talks a lot of content. Even when you look out for my writing, there is a difference. Yeah, that's what Media Challenge did for me.
All right, that is what the Media Challenge did for him. I want to ask Mr. Julius Buchana. I mean, you need no introduction, honestly. You speak Luganda fluently, you report in English fluently. And I wanted to find out from you, when we speak about mentorship at the Media Challenge Fellowship Program and just being a part of the community, what for you stands out the most?
First and foremost, I was mentored by Solomon Selwanja. So you can imagine what would be the output of Selwanja. But most importantly as well, when I was in the fellowship, they told us you can either decide to be an English journalist or a versatile journalist. Since then, I started buying Bukedde newspaper, Bukedde Olupapula, Nusulu Kumi Roka. And I used to read Bukedde on a daily. As my news guys in the newsroom would buy Daily Monitor and New Vision, I knew I was good at that. So I wanted to concentrate on another language. For the years I was in the fellowship, for the months I was in the fellowship, and the awards and everything, I was telling Scovia that my first day to anchor news, I did do a dry run for a full hour. But even after 30 minutes after doing dry run, I would forget what I've read. But I would say, if any of you gets to the fellowship, you'll understand why most of us are here. This is like the epitome of success for a journalist. NTV has people who have been here. NBS, I cannot say much. It's just evident. Other media houses, Daily Monitor, New Vision, name them. I mean, if you cannot be a product of MCI, I used to tell Abbas, if I knew MCI Academy before I joined university, I wouldn't have gone to university. But I would have gone there just to receive a paper that I got a degree, but I would have been a more important person than I am today. Guys, I will tell you this. I've seen people anchor news here, report, live reporting. You should put in energy as an individual. Do not mind about the group. A brand is built by an individual. The Makerere lady that I found anchoring news, the Luganda version, I'm going to speak prophecy about you. If they don't hire you at the beginning of the year, you're going to get a job before you graduate. And for those of you who are just in first year, I think you're seeing how the drill goes. Make it a point and be on the ballot by the end of next year for MCI, because this is where magic is made. Lastly, I want us to just wave to Abbas right here, all of us. Let's wave to Abbas. Abbas, you can stand up. Abbas is like my young brother, but he's my boss. So Abbas, thank you so very much for making this happen. We are the first cohorts of MCI for the fellowship and everything. But I want to let you know that we've not ashamed MCI. We've made it very huge. I left NBS Television 90 days ago. I started an advertising events, PR and comms agency. It's called the Bright Media. My office is at Equatorial Mall, Suite 442. I'm going to give out jobs next year. So if you're a good photographer, if you're a good videographer, please bring your applications to Abbas. He's going to be my recruitment agency. And we shall be on retainer for just a half a year. And then the other half of 2023, I will pay you. Thank you so much. I've just found a business partner today here, Spinners. We are going to sign an MOU with him so that we can work together with Bright Media. Bright Media, we shine your brand.
All right, interesting things. Now, I don't know about you, but if that isn't impact, I don't know what is. Mahoro, you have done amazing this year. I think we've all... Who follows Mahoro? Just by show of hands. Please follow it. Yes, follow. Make sure you do. You have no idea. You're a lady that is doing amazing in the field that you are in. Speak to what it meant for you being part of the fellowship and how you applied those traits, those principles in the work you do today.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. I am shy, but we shall talk. So I should say, for starters, you are in the right place, honestly speaking. You are in the right place. And a special shout out to my mentor over there, Linda. That woman right there, if you get the chance to be part of the Media Challenge Fellowship, and she's your mentor, you will be in the safest hands, to be honest. And I'm forever grateful to you, Linda. Thank you so much for the advice, for everything. You did yourself, Linda. So thank you so much. Being part of the fellowship, I remember for starters, I applied first time. I didn't go through second time because for me, I believe in so much trying. So you try until you know, you make it through. So the second time, I was able to, go through, and yeah, I got a place, I got a slot in the fellowship, and I was super, super excited. So back to the question that Tracy asked, as a woman in the fellowship, majorly this goes out to the ladies. If you aspire to be anything, I will only request you to be open-minded. You're out there, you love TV. TV might never come. Abbasia knows I loved TV. I love TV, and if it wasn't news, I'll never be on TV. But TV didn't choose me. I'm pretty sure I've not seen me on any of your screens, right? And eventually radio did choose me. So one thing for sure is be open-minded. Fine, you're here, they'll tell you be a multimedia journalist, you learn all the skills, very good for you. But at the end of the day, you have to identify your niche. Yeah, what are you going to be known for? What are you good at? Fine, you will do the anchoring, you'll be the best video editor that there is. They will, there's lots of things that you're going to learn out of this place. But one thing for sure is build a niche. Identify where your strength is as a lady. Know where your energy lies. What can you do best as an individual? If I woke up one morning, I'll be like, Tracy, what do they know you for? Yeah, so build that particular ability that you have inside you, and honestly, you'll not regret it. Also, please, be open-minded again. I will re-echo that. And guys, you will be unstoppable. Yeah.
Give it up for Mahor as well. I'm going to stand next to the CEO right now. I mean, it must be so real for you right now. these are fellows speaking about, I am a fellow as well, speaking about the impact we've had just being in this space for the little time that we've been here. And these are people that are aspiring to be where we are now. How does this feel for you, Abbas?
It feels good. It feels home. I mean, this clap for them. There are other people in the house. Yada, can you wave? Yada, Sula over there. Dan, Ukia, Marion. So the Mose, right? Can someone mute this one here? Anyways, the power of community for us is really important. I was sharing with them my biggest and the team's biggest happiness is seeing the faces of fellows and people who have been through the Expo come back home. Because, like I say, Tracy, there's nothing like MCI if there is no alumni or people who participate in this competition. So it's good to see you shine, and that's why we started this. And God is good, right? Yeah.
God is good. Maybe just to the young journalists and all of us here, speak to the spirit of community that the Media Challenge has for so long been very, very pivotal with.
So we say, stay close to there. Stay close to there. Because if you stay far away from the fire, you get. That's it.
Stay close to. And by the way, the fire doesn't mean the fellowship. The fire means you taking part here. The fire is you being in the academy. The fire is on those tweets, on retweets, on every community you see MCI with. That is your community. You taking part today is you belonging to this community. Thank you so much. Give it up for the beautiful team from the alumni community. Right about now, we're ready for one more performance. But before that, DJ Swissmark has a video that we'll be playing right there. We have the beautiful 360 in the building. We have an amazing 360 cam. Please don't leave without you experiencing it as a team, experiencing it solo. I promise, in real life, I'm not that cool. But so that's the 360. Please make sure you have yourself doing all sorts of things as a team, as an individual. These are memories that you will go with from this experience. Apart from that, let me ask, do we have cocktails today? All right. Right about now, we are ready for a performance. Yes? Sal DJ, we're ready for a performance. Maf Mahani, I'll kindly ask that you give us those moves one more time as we wait for the judges to hand over the envelopes that mean everything from today. Yes. 360. Maf Mahani.
Yeah, DJ, pull up a little bit. Small something. I usually come on the stage and I don't dance. I don't talk, but let me talk today. This one I want to dance it with all of you, okay? Let me not be alone. I don't want to exclude myself. So, all of you are going to stand up. If you want, I'm not forcing you. If you want to vibe, you know vibe is not forced. You just start there and then. So, if you want to vibe, you have a neighbor with you. We're going to dance balo, okay? Now you're going to hold your friend. I don't know. Hans, where are you? Hans, come. I want you to be my partner. Hans, this is my partner. We're going to do something very short. Let's do chap. If you want to stand up, you can. If you don't want, it's okay. You'll vibe from the chair. So, the DJ is going to play the song. I will hold him like this, and I'll walk. 1, 2, 3. Hands, you go behind. 1, 2, 3. Then you hold me. Hold me. Then we go. I go behind. 1, 2, 3. You leave me. I hold you. 1, 2, 3. You hold me again, brother man. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, DJ, let's do this a little bit.
Select down, pull up, I wanna joy as in Bataka bataka dem kokum Onyenyo kira kona bom Otinti tinti mum Obongere yo Mario pandi Muja muja Komenye kori ngatalina biyongo Chachonkola pulira inside Gambuguma mukwano gambuguma Ngogunyiga mutima ngogunyiga chamalakwa Hot, 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 hot You bend it Hot, 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 fire Hot, 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 hot You bend it Hot, hot, fire Balo, balo Balo, balo Balo, balo Balo, balo Balo, balo Balo, balo Balo, balo
So when you whine, whine like a whining machine Jagalo zina nusanyo sena batin Chidongo chikona nanti nanti Kusudi ya kusatira party party
Omwana gambe na kwatako wakukuku wa masanyalaze wamudibye mufudde sikati mpale atenga toyisa na kusikati kale ebira otiriba butiribi wakikuba wafuna wako mwetega bode mukwano guma bakunyige nakyolaba sente bakuwola bikera gwakola balo 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 fling body sing your body chanting like fling it back to that way see your body burning massaging me out want me bataka dem kokum onyenyo kira kona bom nkuwulira kumpi kulususu kubongere yo chamalakwa hot 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 you bend it hot 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 fire hot 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 you bend it hot fire balo 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 kwata okute manyeza onyete chuma chakalo situke onyenya manyeza mustari
ACMA
select down, pull up, I wanna joy as in bataka dem kokum onyenyo kira kona bom otinti tinti mum obongere yo Mario pandi muja muja komenye kori ngatalina biyongo chachonkola pulira inside gambuguma mukwano gambuguma ngogunyiga mutima ngogunyiga chamalakwa hot 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 you bend it hot fire hot 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 you bend it hot fire balo 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 balo
So when you whine like a whining machine Jagalo zina nusanyo sena batin Chidongo chikona nanti nanti Kusudi ya kusatira party party
Omwana gambe na kwatako wakukuku wa masanyalaze wamudibye mufudde sikati mpale atenga toyisa na kusikati kale ebira otiriba butiribi wakikuba wafuna wako mwetega bode mukwano guma bakunyige nakyolaba sente bakuwola bikera gwakola balo 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 fling body sing your body chanting like fling it back to that way see your body burning massaging me out want me bataka
Makere oye. Makere oye. KIU oye. Nkozi oye. Whatever happened to Nkozi is serious. All right. We just have. Okay. I'll leave the other surprise for the end. Who's ready for the envelopes? The judges have the envelopes. I can clearly see them. I would love to take this opportunity to invite Judge, let's stay calm. Is the pressure getting worse, sir? Yay. All right, Judge Linda is going to make remarks. And after that, she will pronounce some results for you. Give it up for Judge Linda.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Abbas, I would like you up here, please. Abbas, do come. But as Abbas gets here, this is my 10th year here. Please clap for me. I command you to clap for me. I've been with this young man here, who I call my son. I've walked this journey with him. He has allowed me to walk this journey with him. And I'm telling you something else. If you're tired of hearing, I'm proud of you. I am proud of you, and I am proud of your colleagues. There is Chimuli, there is Antonio. There is Simon. In that journey, I have also walked with Rose. Okay? You might look at us as very old now, but remember that is it an old broom knows those corners? And so earlier when I spoke about discipline, the lady who I told to come down here, maybe I should apologize to you, but I expected you to show an example. Okay? I may not have known that you are alumni, but you need to show an example to the younger people who are here. Okay? So the people who are sitting up there, when they say calm down and you're alumni, let us know that you are alumni and that is your special place where you're sitting. But that goes back to the point that I wrote first on my paper, and it's the issue of discipline. You may be a very good news anchor and you're a celebrity. I need you to go and read about a gentleman called Otieno. He was a news anchor in Kenya. Celebrated. He would ask for whatever amount of money he wanted. And they were literally, the media managers were literally kneeling and fighting over him. Today he is a nobody. Nobody calls his phone. He can't hear. He's a sick man. But what I'm telling you is that discipline is good, because what he did is that he abused the opportunity that he was given as a news anchor because he did not have the discipline. So discipline is key. It is what has gotten us here. It is what has gotten Abbas to have a vision. Discipline. Abbas, I know you don't want me to tell the story of when you came to my desk at Sanyu FM.
Just tell.
Yeah? He didn't even have water to drink.
Yeah.
But he's here today. I'm not going to tell his story. I can talk till the cows come home. But Abbas, I have a reason that I'm here. And it's because we have finally got the tally of who has won and who's going home. Okay? But you have all done well. I really do hope that the advice that we have given you is advice that is going to be taken. Like I told you, Rose and I are old brooms. We have swept. We have really swept. We are tired and we are ready to be put in the corner. So when we give you advice, it comes from a good place. At one point in this competition, we used to be very strict. But then we realized that sometimes there's a certain special group of people who want to be handled specially. Unfortunately, the world does not handle you specially. I need you to understand that as you leave this place. When we are inside this room, everything looks good and rosy. Get out there to look for a job. The very first day you get off air, someone tells you your bulletin was... You understand? So Abbas, like I told you, me, I can talk till the cows come home.
Should I read them?
These are your envelopes.
Yes.
Do the announcement.
Yes.
Don't make me look bad.
Oh, well, I should look bad then?
But just before you read that,
Yes.
you have some more envelopes here.
Good. Alongo, do you want to say a few words before we announce?
Yes, I'll say a very, very few words.
Yes.
You know, sometimes when I see a bus meeting the DW, the CAS, the everywhere, the Obamas, the so, you say, okay, this is the bus that I know. And I make sure I'm tagged along, such that they know that I'm also part of him. Yeah? That's what happens when you work with people with a focus. And even as we leave this place this evening, some of us probably have not achieved what we aimed for when we were coming in. But the good thing is, you have heard what we are saying. You can start from there. Everyone may not be able to get a job at UBC, NBS, NTV, Capital, everywhere. Yeah, but some people who are here are not employed. They've employed themselves. I'm very proud of Ronette. She usually...
Ronette!
Yeah? She does a lot of work and sends it to my inbox. Rose, this is what I have. Can you have a look? Sometimes I give her feedback and tell her this is good. And she just uploads it up on YouTube. Can we explore some of these spaces such that we can use them? Because even when you go to Capital, when you go to NBS, people are making money on YouTube. Not NBS money, your money. So, these are just spaces for very few people. We are many, but all of us have the space outside there. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for participating. It's not an easy one. Thank you so much. So I also have some 3 envelopes that I'm handing over to Abbas. Yamanyi.
Thank you. Do you want to take a seat? Yes, you can sit. Let's clap for our judges. Where do you want me to stand? It looks bad. Okay. Is this better? No. Huh? I know, it feels bad. I'm gonna go there. I fear that table. Hello? Good. So, my first time to be on an audition with Shaban yesterday, who was your judge, was in Rated Next. Yeah. So, and as you can imagine, it probably didn't go well. So that's why I'm scared of this experience. But really, the first experience of why we started Media Challenge Initiative was working at a TV station and stopping at the entrance, and a security person was a lady who said, "You need to know someone inside," and I didn't know anyone. So I walked back to UMCAT then, where I had my colleagues Simon, Ivan, and then Antonio, and around 20 other people, by the way, and shared the idea of like, let's start a news anchoring and reporting competition with an idea to reverse nepotism, so that if you know me based on my skills and my character, and then you can hire me. And our dream was to surround people like Linda and Madame Nalongo with as many talented young reporters, producers, writers as we could find. And today, I'm really, really happy to report that it has worked out. It really worked out. And so, that's way back in 2012, all right? And, we are still counting. So Linda, it was one of those great honors to walk to your office back then and to tell you the vision of what we were trying to build. So again, in most cases, you will see me getting flowers, but there is a team behind the scenes that really do the work, right? So you don't see Simon in most cases, but you see, because they are your trainers, so you see them. But you see me, you call me CEO, you give me flowers, but those are the people behind the scenes that make me look good, and we never clap for them. You never get to see them and appreciate them, so we clap for them. And those are like, out of 20 people who started this, 20 plus, because it was like a whole guild council involved, and some people walked along until they said, this is not going anywhere. Simon and Antonio and Ivan, we've stayed very solid until today. But those gentlemen are like brothers to me, because we understand each other and why we're building this together. Along that journey came a community of young journalists that would have worked with, so that have selflessly built this empire beyond what we had even envisioned. So people like Martha, I don't know if Martha is here, the whole production team, Jesus. You guys know Swiss Mark? You know Swiss Mark? Swiss Mark over there, Bukenya, Emma, Philip. If you realize, the whole of our production team is actually out of the fellowship program, because we are very, very particular about building that community. The team is growing. Now we have 28 people who work here every day from a team of 4. We have a team that works on radio day in, day out. Ishak, Big Boy Ishak, Tracy, El Shaddai. And I can proudly say those are some of the biggest talents we have in this country, and they can compete anywhere anytime because they have the passion, they have the talent, they have the drive. Tracy ran this whole show by herself, right? Because, I mean, she knows what she wants and she wants to go for it. Ishak and Hannah have been equally doing that. And then there are innovators in this space that continue to inspire us and make sure we come here every day. So Debunk, Debunk Media, Solutions Now, Nalo, MCI Radio, Citizen Report, Sign Language. The list is endless. So, but if I haven't mentioned you and you're on my team, you know I love you so much, so I can't change that. But we have a job to do, which is announcing winners. Silence. But I have just a few more things to say about the alumni. So some people don't participate in the alumni community because they think they were in the Expo. But our community of alumni doesn't segregate. The fellowship, of course, has core people who have grown in the program, but we open the alumni community to really include each and everyone passionate. Do you know how Rotary works? That's the vision of what we want to build, a community of young journalists beyond journalism. So you have to understand and get entrenched in the vision. There is a home here, there is a shelter here, and we invite you to be involved in one way or another and show up. So the alumni, Julius, Mahoro, Sula, Yada, who don't work here. The guys who work here, like, you're good. I've showed up. Who else is in the house? I really appreciate you take the time to come here because you show us the best example. Tonight is the night for the university students that have participated in the National Newsroom Contest. And these are the finalists. We have top 3 in English and top 3 in Luganda, right? Number 3, number 1, number 2. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the hour you've been waiting for. This is the time. We've come a long way. We've worked. We've auditioned. We've been trained. And this is the time to announce from number 3 to number 1 in English. Ranked number 3 in the National Newsroom Contest 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please with the average point of 302.3 points, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up together for the one and the only Kampala International University. Congratulations, Kampala International University. You are ranked the 3rd team English category. I should also announce, by the way, that tonight we will only announce the best teams. Individual categories will be announced on the awards night, which will happen in December. Date to be confirmed. Venue is here. Red carpet. Full lights action. So congratulations, KIU. Please clap for yourself.
We make it clap. We make it clap.
Ranked number 2 in the National Newsroom Contest scoring average 314 points. Please put your hands up together for the one and the only. Ranked number 2. Please put your hands up together for UMCAT School of Journalism.
We make it clap. We make it clap. We make it clap.
Congratulations, UMCAT. You are ranked number 2 in the National Newsroom Contest English category. Well, the final, ranked number 1, Hi Katongole, how you doing? You good? Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, ranked number 1 and arguably the champion of the English category, National Newsroom Contest 2022. Please put your hands up together for average scored points 329.3. Put your hands up together for the one and the only. Makerere University!
We make it clap. We make it clap. We make it clap. We make it clap.
Congratulations once again.
We make it clap. We make it clap.
Congratulations.
We make it clap.
Congratulations to Makerere University. Again.
For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. For the champions.
Congratulations once again. I am just the messenger. Just doing me announcements, so please don't look at me like. All right, moving forward. Luganda. How many are excited for Luganda? Woo! Ranked 3rd in the Luganda category. Can I have some silence? All right, guys. All right, all right. Whose baby is that? Scoring average 277.6 points in the Luganda category in the National Newsroom Contest. Please put your hands up together for the one and the only Makerere University.
We make it clap. We make it clap.
Announced
We make it
third.
clap. We make it clap. We make it clap.
Congratulations.
We make it clap.
You are ranked number 3 in the Luganda category, Makerere University. Straight from being number 1 to being number 3. Congratulations. Hello. Hello. We're getting done. Scoring average points 304. in the Luganda category in the National Newsroom Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up together for the one and the only UMCAT School of Journalism.
We make it clap.
Congratulations, UMCAT.
We make it clap. We make it clap.
Congratulations, you
We
are
make it
ranked
clap.
number 2.
We make it clap.
And finally, ranked number 1 in the Luganda category, scoring average points 329 in the National Newsroom Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands up together for the one and only Kampala International University.
We make it clap. We make it clap.
Congratulations.
We make it clap.
Once again.
We make it clap.
Kampala International.
We make it clap. 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 We make it clap.
Congratulations.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Silence. 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 Hey, hello, 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 hello. Come back, come back. Come back to me, please. Clap for yourselves. There is that middle space. Clap for yourselves. Yes. I am asking you to embrace this moment. One, because, like I said yesterday, or even in the morning, silence. I have other awards to give out. Can I have just... Linda was talking about discipline a couple of minutes ago, right? Just give me a few more minutes and we're out of here. If you have been in this space and you have been blessed to be here today with us and with everyone else and to experience the different talented people that have been here, and your results probably read different from what you expected, I must say that each and every person, and this is going to sound like a cliche because every year I say it, each and every person is a winner tonight. And you go home, put your head up high, and remember one thing. What was that one thing that you learned out of this experience? It won't be my team was the best. It won't be I won the award. It won't be I was the best in 1 minute of fame or live reporting. It will be who have you become after this experience? And if you can't answer that, then we are better off that you probably didn't come here, right? So if there is anything, ask yourself, who have you become because of this experience? And I was talking to a couple of producers from KRU earlier, and I said to them, if there is any skill that everyone out there is, thank you very much. If there is any skill that the world is looking for right now, is content creation. And hopefully you take my words and you go out there and you skill yourself to create content at every different level, be it radio, video, writing. If you're able to find what your weakness was at this point based on what the judges have told you, then for me, my mission and the mission of MCI is accomplished. Our mission has never been to give out awards and trophies to the best teams. Our mission has always been to create a platform for each and everyone that works in this house. And we did that. Did we do it? We did it. Did you have food? Did you have food? Did you eat food? Did you have fun? Did you have fun? Did you compete? Did you find yourselves? Are you, no? Are you satisfied with who you are now than you were before? Do you feel a certain level of confidence inside of you? Well, I guess my night is done here. Guys, my team, I hope you're proud of yourselves. Mark, production team, the training team, the finance team, the programs team. I hope you're all satisfied with what you've done, because our mission is accomplished tonight. We meet you at the MCI Media Awards and the graduation of the fellowship and the alumni homecoming, because we are going to join 3 events in one to celebrate all of you. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. A huge round of applause for the CEO Media Challenge Initiative, Mr. Mpindi Abbas. A big round of applause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, help me in a big way appreciate our judges. A first big hand clap for Judge Linda Kibombo. I hope you're inspired by the ladies and the gentlemen that was on this team. Another round of applause for Judge Rose Bukira. Thank you so much for sparing time to come and really build the next set of Linda, the next set of Rose. Thank you so much. I want, in a deep way, if we have been to your university, then you know that these names that I'll mention require special recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Antonio Kisembo. Yes. Another round of applause for Mr. Ali Kakembo. Another round of applause for Mr. Chimuli Ivan Chigozi. And now, the men that have manned these machines, these beasts, the men that have produced, the men that have guided you. Give it up for the MCI production team, Mark Mugaga, Emma Egodu, Philip Mwebaza. There's a Mr. Photographer somewhere, Mr. Mutumba. Thank you so much. We are shining. Yes, we've been amazing. There's Mr. Bukenya, Ephraim. He's a very quiet man. Please give him a huge round of applause at the back there. To the DVI team, thank you so much. A round of applause for the team at the back. Mr. Abaho Edward on that big machine at the back. Thank you so much. You have been amazing. And of course, Mr. Simon Peter Senyondo Kakoza. Another huge round of applause. It's been an amazing journey. I am proud to have been at your universities. Thank you so much for the welcome. Thank you so much for the new friends I have. Thank you for the love. I felt it from the bottom of my heart. It's been an honor to be your MC from the beginning. It's been an amazing 4 months. I hope to see you at the gala and in between, yeah? Let's follow each other on social media, MCI Radio. Please download, yes? Download, yes? Solutions Now, Africa, my bad. Thank you so much to the programs team. They've been amazing. The trainings team has been amazing. Nalo, Debunk, I mean, it's family here. Thank you so much. You've been amazing, amazing. Please follow them on social media. We have the one and only Mr. Communications, Silas Muonge. Make sure to retweet, tweet, and everything. And of course, there is the awesome team, 360 UG, right there. Make sure to try out the videos. Yes? to your universities, we owe them a deep, deep appreciation. Shout outs to KIU, to MBI, to UMCAT School of Journalism, UCU Mkono Nkozi. We can't mention each one of you by name. I hope you know it is MCI love, always and always. Till next time, till the next edition, from myself and the team, we sign out. Bye-bye.
We don't cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast.
Give it up for Z256. Sal DJ.
You go out for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause they win by default and without any doubt, oh. I'm a me,
All right. One more time for Omano Mulavye Aniya Mundaze. Give it up for Z256. Give it up. A big round of applause, baby. Yes. Z256, Maf Mahani, beautiful performance. Coming to the stage right about now. Oh, Manu Mulavye, Z256, what up, what up?